Hi, welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
Oh, hey. The captions work. Fantastic. The microphone also works. Shit, I forgot to turn the thing on. Hey, you can say hi now. Oh, wait, it should be on. Now it's on. Hey, we did it. Fuck. Wow, that was super self-referential for me. Let's just do the thing. Here we are. I was busy. I was like doing. My fucking computer's open. I hit go live and then literally like forgot what I was about. I was about to stream. I hit go live and then I realized that I didn't like have a plan. It's just like, oh, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live today. Tunderella, thank you for your 35 months of being a subscriber. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's always lovely to have you around. It's also, I appreciate you being a moderator, a long-standing chatter. I appreciate the fact that we knew each other before I even started streaming from chat as a fellow chatter. My mic on? It is. Okay. I swear to God. Today, I literally, hold on. I didn't turn on any of the things that I usually turn on. Hold on. Where is my, do I even need to? No. What are we doing today? I mean, I know what we're doing today now. That's what I was thinking about while I was not at all paying attention to how much time was remaining in the countdown. Let's scroll up and say hi to everyone else, though, or the other folks who said hi. Not everyone. Not everyone's here yet. We'll say hi to everyone as they arrive. Ashik, welcome in. Please enjoy your look. It's good to see you. I hope your week is going well. Mine's happening. I feel like my week is like over. I feel like the week, it's like the week of things. Calvin doesn't have camp tomorrow, so today was like the last day of camp. So like the week of like camp travel has ended. The summer of camp travel has ended. Actually, it's over today. It's all done. Broccoli, welcome in.
I'm in danger.
Welcome in. You know, anytime I hear that sound, I look to see if my mic is still working. It's Pavlovian at this point. Eat it, dads. Welcome in. Hi. Avo, welcome in. Hello. Who got the 6,900th check-ins? So fluff. 6,900 check-ins. Nice. That's a good one. That one's never going to happen again. At a farm thing. That sounds fun. We love a farm thing. I'd like to be at a farm thing. Yeah, Tundra, I hope you feel better soon too. Sounding like a bullfrog. Ugh. Does it hurt when you don't talk? Nishad, welcome in. Hello. Currently playing in a silo of corn. I don't want to alarm you, but if movies have taught me anything, there's danger in a silo of corn. But I suppose if they're allowed to play in the silo of corn, that's different. Out of school for the whole second week. Welcome to the extended summer vacation you didn't know we're gonna have. That definitely sucks. I'm sure that they're disappointed Does it hurt when I don't talk? Me? Does it hurt when... Wait, because it kills me. Oh. It only hurts when I cough and sneeze. Oh, no. I hate that. I hate when you aren't feeling well and you, like, sneeze and it feels worse. That is such a shitty feeling. Such a shitty feeling. NyQuil. I thought the best part about having COVID was getting to sleep a ton. Was the like, I think the only redeeming quality of being ill, as far as I can tell, is the lack of guilt over doing nothing. That's my favorite part. That was me last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I forget. Whatever the week that I like got back from the week after we got back from vacation, I got sick and didn't do anything. It wasn't COVID because it did not feel like razor blade throat, which sounds absolutely awful. I do have a plan today. The plan today is varied. I have a couple things that I like want to do. A couple things that one thing that I need to do, which is make some more egg salad, because shockingly enough, all the egg salad I made last time is gone. And I wrote the recipe for that. So I want to test that, which is super easy. I also want to make some more of that lentil salad because I have all the ingredients for it. I have cucumbers that are 1 day away from going bad. I have a tomato on the counter that is not what the recipe calls for, but I'm going to use it anyway. That tomato has like a piece of it that's a little bit soft, so I'm like, okay, we gotta like use it up. And I have 1 serving of 1 recipe worth of lentils left, so we're gonna make that. I'm also gonna cut up a cantaloupe just to have in the fridge. Going to make some stock, chicken stock, because I have like a limp carrot, some onions. That wasn't a euphemism. There's literally 1 carrot in my fridge that's limp. I have some celery in there. I have a little bit of like leavings from various things that we've cut up. I have a bag of like stock material that's ready to use. So we're gonna just throw some stock on the stove. I think I might do that. Should I do that first? Yeah, why don't we do that first? Zoldusky, welcome in. A bi-yearly inspection. This is a school inspection, I'm assuming. That does suck. Having to get ready for anything like that. Hello. Was that the Adele hello, or was that the Lionel Richie hello? Do we have a Lionel Richie hello? I forget. You should. I wish I could. I was going to say, I wish I'd have set that up so you could use a specific hello apartment inspection. Okay. I think that was Adele. Yeah, I think that was Adele too. Tildusky says, did you get a haircut or have I just not seen you without a hat? The latter. You've probably just never seen you without a hat. And I'm going to put a hat on once we start moving. But in order to bring my more authentic self to stream, username, welcome in. In order to bring my more authentic self to stream, I have started doing like the first part of stream where I'm just kind of like standing here, speaking, yapping, as the children say. I have just not been wearing a hat recently, so I'm just like not putting a hat on until I start cooking. Hearing Lionel, I definitely would. I was thinking I'd like to be able to put like, you know, a specific command for specific hellos, but that would take a lot to set up. It wouldn't take a lot to set up. It would probably be pretty simple, but I have other things that I'd like to set up that are not that. So yes. Robbie, welcome in. A sleep stream. That would be fun. I don't know. Fellas, enjoy your lurk. I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat. Megan, welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, you look great. Thank you.
Let's face it, I'm cute.
Appreciate that. I have not had a haircut recently. I am getting a haircut tomorrow, actually. This is as long as my hair ever gets, unless I intentionally let it sprout. Phoenix, welcome in. Tatsu, welcome in. Like the character that sells vaults in that famous game. Who did I get? Someone, what's the guy's name? He has a weird name. Oh, I know who it is. I got two people recently. I got one person that I got someone told me that someone told me that I look like a new person. Not a new person. Someone told me that I look like someone recently that I have never heard that I look like before, which was fascinating to me. But are you talking about what username? What's the person's name? Oh no, it's in the game, so I don't know who you're talking about. What the Vault game? Fallout? Chicken does work as check-in, Megan. Megan, there are a lot of things that work for the check-in command. There are a lot of there are a lot of spelling variations that will work for that will trigger the check-in command. Chicken is one of them. There are others. I think there's like 10 or more at this point, and I have a small list of ones that I'd like to small list of ones that I'm going to add at some point. What was I saying? Oh yes, Fallout. Okay, not that, Tatsu. That one doesn't work. But I could add that one. Sometimes it is fun to push the button. It is fun to push the button sometimes. Every once in a while, speaking of using your points, we don't have a lot of like high value things on stream. I had two that I'm thinking about adding to the stream. One would be the most high value. It would be the most points of all of them. Less points than instant VIP. Instant VIP is like a lot of points, and actually probably should increase that number because we've had several people redeem it recently. What I was initially planning on doing with that command was having it automatically increase by like 1,000 every time someone redeems it, which I still might actually want to do, because I think that would be interesting, and I could easily automate that. Obviously, it's 26K away. Fair enough. Well, listen, Avo, at the speed that I do anything in StreamerBot, you're definitely going to get there before I even get to that. So, no worries. Seriously. Like, literally, I touch StreamerBot probably 4 times a year. No, less than that. I probably do like a big old dump of things into StreamerBot every 4 months or so. Sean says I'm at 2.4K and I might get there faster. You might. This is also true. Casual reminder that subscribers earn points quicker. Casual reminder that tier 2 and 3 subscribers earn points even quicker. Sita, welcome in. Hello, hello. Chofa is Peru's version of fried rice. I did not know that, and I like that I have that little bit of knowledge now. What was I saying before that? Find the thread, Lou. Oh, someone told me I look like Walt Goggins recently, who I was like, interesting. He's, what's the word? He's a unique looking human. Walt Goggins has, to me, like Steve Buscemi energy in terms of like appearances. It's like, are you strange looking or are you just unique? The Jim Varney comment. Yeah, and that's another one I've never gotten. And I meant to look up Jim Varney, but I didn't. But I've heard Walt Goggins before. The one that someone told me I looked like was Sufjan Stevens. And I was like, I haven't thought about Sufjan Stevens in a decade. And that was like, oh, interesting. And I looked him up and I was like, okay, I'll take that. Thanks. It was someone at Reading Terminal Market who told me that, who like said that to me. And it was like a youth. It was a youth. It was someone who was significantly younger. Oh, right. Jim Varney. And as soon as you say the denim hat and the vest, I remember it was Ernest, the Ernest character, who was funny. Is he deceased? I don't know. I feel like I never know anymore. Or like, I don't know. Definitely at the age, definitely. You believe he is? Yeah. I felt like he is too. Yeah, and Velos, that was oddly, that I was like, I don't know about that one. I used to get, when I was younger and had glasses, like sort of big glasses, I got Rick Moranis frequently. And when I used to know more people who were into like, I don't know, alternative music, they're like, there's some singer for like Alkaline Trio. I've gotten that like multiple times from people who are like apparently big Alkaline Trio fans, or they fucking hate the guy. I have no idea. Certainly not a horrible looking guy. Right. He's funny, but cool. He had great facial expressions too. Very expressive, emotive face, which I appreciate. Sort of like, you know, Jim Carrey emotive, although Jim Carrey is like far beyond. No idea it was that long ago to be bad. Rob, it was 25 years ago. Holy shit. Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm also thinking of Pee Wee Herman, but that's Pee Wee Herman and Ernest like occupy the sort of same comedic space in my mind, but they are not the same. I'm not saying the Rick Moranis thing. Well, Velos, add 35 pounds to me, much of it around my face, which is what I weighed in times before, and 35 pounds and some glasses, and you squint a little bit, I get it too. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. Master splits. Can we do a bunch of talking about Philly cheesesteaks? You know, we could. I've been thinking about cheesesteaks again. I was thinking about making cheesesteaks again, actually, recently, because I made them in, what, January? Will I get Daisy? She's right here. Yeah, I will. You heard the bell. Yeah, well, I think there was a need to go out, and then she came up here. So when she walks back downstairs and out of the kitchen, I will let her out. Okay? Yeah, her little head did pop up. I will let the dog out, Glenn. Don't worry. I will do it. What was the other thing I was saying about points? Oh, channel points. Don't push the button, because I've always pushed the button. See, that was so long ago that you're back now. I had the thought the other day, Calvin and I were in the car, and I was talking about eating apples. And how I found on YouTube years ago, there was like this is the way you should eat an apple. Like, everyone eats an apple wrong. But I had the thought it would be funny to have like a high value point redeem that was just like eat an apple, because I always have apples in the fridge, and I don't know. I'm always feeling guilty about not eating them, so I wouldn't mind like eating an apple if someone used a bunch of their points and compelled me to do that. I feel like that's a thing that I would be open to doing. I don't know, whatever. That's and then you can see me like eat an apple in a really weird way, and that would be funny. I don't know. Whatever. Right. Master Splits before the Super Bowl. That was what did it. That was we made cheesesteaks, and then the Eagles won. Go Birds. It was definitely the cheesesteaks. It had to have been. No other reason. Are they supposed to be good this year? I have no idea. Everyone in Philly is all about the Eagles, so I can't ever tell if they're supposed to be good or not, because no one shuts up about them literally no matter what. My ads manager is like not functional today. That's annoying, because I don't know if there's ads coming up or not. 32 minutes it says. I guess I could just look at the timer. Sean says, often people put channel points with healthy things just because people can be kind in nature and encouraging. That's the thing, is like, and I don't love, so a lot of folks have channel points that are like hydrate, right? I don't want that. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just, because I hate when people are like, you should drink more water. I'm like, yeah, you should shut up. Gwen hates that too, because every time she's like, I have a headache, I'm like, did you drink any water today? And she's like, did you fuck off? And I'm like, okay. But yeah, like, I feel like if I put the like eat an apple as like, I don't know, a bunch of channel points, that, you know, you'd have to hang out for a while to be able to redeem it. And then I wouldn't mind eating an apple, because like I love apples. I would want to floss afterward though, because those two things like have to happen in quick succession. Popcorn, floss. Apple, floss. Immediately. Okay, let's do cooking things today. Pause. No, Daisy is not. She's eating. She's gonna ask to go out when she's finished eating. Let's do. Let me get out some ingredients here. I think that's the good next step. I want to do. Let me do this. This lentil recipe has shallot and tomato
and parsley in it. So I'm going to make that lentil recipe first. Or rather, I'm going to prep the ingredients for it first. And then we'll do the stock. Because the stock, I can use some stuff from the lentil recipe. Then we'll cut the cantaloupe up. These things take very, very little time. And then we'll make an egg salad. And I think we'll just do egg salad sandwiches for dinner tonight, unless folks in the family want leftover pasta or leftover soup from Tuesday. I made I made that soup and nobody's eaten it. Obviously, I made it with the intention of freezing it. And I haven't frozen it yet. It's still just in the refrigerator. That pumpkin pasta, though, also turned out really well. Anyway, Daisy cannot hear me, so I don't know why I'm like asking her questions. I'm looking at her back. She just ate. She's drinking some water. I am gonna let her out in a second. All right, Daisy needs to go outside. Does she need to go outside? What is she doing? Okay, we'll let the dog out real quick. I'm gonna let me let her out the back door here, because otherwise, okay, come on, we're gonna go pee. Come on, Daisy. Let's go. She hates coming down the steps until she knows definitively that I'm going to open the door. All right, go ahead. What should we talk about? Oh, no. Master's was a poll. Cheesesteaks, the Eagles win. Today in history. What streams to do in September or the Eagles home opener? You know, I can talk about one, like the Super Bowl win. I think they played the Chiefs. There, we've exhausted. I don't even remember. I don't know. There's some people who are wild about knowing all this sports stuff. I'm pretty sure they played the Chiefs last year. In fact, I know it. I would bet on it. I would bet money on it. I saw someone in the city recently that had a license plate that I realized I like looked at it and I was like, that's a weird license plate. Like, what an odd number. And it was like, you know, something dash something else. And I realized that the license plate, because I put the numbers into like the internet and I was like, what are those numbers? It was the final score of the Super Bowl game. And I was like, welcome to Philly. All right, here she comes. She has done all of the business that she needed to do outside. None of it should be. The dog, Gwen, the dog is empty. I don't know if you are even listening anymore. I forgot that when you sub, you get free commands. When you sub, you get free commands. All the sound commands are available for subscribers, which is pretty nice. Let's get to cooking. All right, no more hair on the counter. I'm really close to just shaving my head, y'all. I really want to. I've considered it many times recently. And what streams to do in September? I have some plans for September. I really do. We're gonna make this lentil situation first. Wait, do I have enough lentils? I hope so. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't have any shallot. Okay, we'll use an onion. That's fine. We'll just use this Vidalia onion. Yes, that's just, the celebration was on Broad Street. The celebration is always on Broad Street, like no matter what, unless it's on the Parkway. Parades, though, always on Broad Street. 'Cause, And that was fun. I remember that more than I remember any aspect of the game. if I'm being real honest. You know what would be really good in this lentil salad? Chicken. Maybe I'll just make it without the chicken though, and I was gonna say make it without. I've never made it with chicken. That's not true. I made it once with chicken. Do I even have any chicken? No, I used the chicken. What do I have in here that I could? Nothing. Fish. We're not doing it with fish. Okay. I need lentil. Oh, whoa. I forgot that there's no bag in here. These are just loose in the box. I almost just dumped all of these out just onto the counter. All right. Let's not do that. We're going to make it easy though. Where's grams? There it is. Oh, wait. Can't do that. I need to do the scale. Yesterday, I went down to visit my mom. And she gifted me, not gifted, let me borrow on long-term loan, some cookbooks that were from her grandmother. And I think they're from 1920 something. And so they're literally 100 years old. And I was looking through them and they are fascinating. One of them has a bunch of, oh right, Master Splits. I wonder if that got clipped. I forget. There was several clips from that stream that were really funny. How many? 150 grams. Okay. 20, 30, 40, 150. That was 155. Okay. Well, I have less. How many do I have total? 193. So call it. Hold on. I'm going to figure out how many milliliters of water we need right now. I want to do some math. Are we ready? All right. So 150. How do I do this? I need 30. 150 is 30%. No, hold on. 500 divided by 150. Okay, so I need to multiply 193. 500 divided by 150 equals 3 1/3 times 193. 643 milliliters of water for 193 grams of lentils. Math is fun. Fuck. I literally said that number out loud and then I forgot what it was. Six something 3. 500 divided by 150 equals times 193 equals 643. 643. The cookbooks that I got from my mom, which by the way are here. They came in this nice plastic bag. One of them is great. So if you're a baker, you've heard of Rumford baking powder, Rumford brand. This is the Rumford cookbook. And back before baking powder was specifically regulated and reliable, there's a whole thing in here. There's a whole section in here about how to tell good baking powder, how to tell if your baking powder is any good, which is pretty intense. But these have some interesting recipes in them, some cool stuff that I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to like reading this like a book, because this, for example, there's like a handwritten recipe in here that's like 100 years old from like my great grandmother, which is intense. Like sandwich spread, 18 tomatoes, peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers, onions, and then it tells you like sugar, vinegar, water, salt. Like these recipes are probably like, that one looks like it's still pretty good. But there's some interesting stuff in here too. There's like things that were cut out of newspapers. I think this is from a magazine, honey spice snaps. This is the junior winner in Pillsbury's 8th Grand National Recipe and Baking Contest. Like, I wonder how many they've had now. This is pretty neat. I'm looking forward to kind of dipping into those. And I'll probably make a few of those recipes on stream at some point. Just for the fun of it. But let's get back to these lentils. These look fine. Okay, we're gonna boil a little water here. A little bit of water. Water. I say 643 milliliters. That's 643 grams. So let's get some water out of the sink. And there you go. 500, 600, about 700 milliliters in this bowl. We're going to put this in the pot with salt. It says salt. Does it tell you, did it say how much salt? No. It says that the water should be boiling first, though. That is a note on the thing. Oh, I wrote down salt in my notebook here because I wanted to add salt, but it didn't actually call for salt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 648. Close enough. Now you get to go on the dish rack because you just had water and you're clean. I'm gonna use a standardized amount of salt in here, and just say a tablespoon of kosher salt. I also need to get more kosher salt because wait, no, where is my kosher salt? I forget. Shit. Hold on. Is it in this cabinet? No, there it is. Okay, good. I knew I bought more of it, but sometimes I don't remember where I put it. Oop, there we go. No, too much. Okay, that's fine. All right, we're gonna add. How much salt should go in here? I'm gonna add a tablespoon of salt. It feels like it could be a lot, but it also feels like a round number. And I'm gonna note that. And if these end up too salty, we'll adjust. We'll adjust, and we won't add as much salt next time. Jamie, welcome in. Hello. I hope you're having a lovely Friday, Junior. Hope everyone's having a lovely Friday, Junior. It's a good one for me. It's a weird one. This
A no for now.
so soothing. It's a weird Thursday for me, generally speaking. I feel like it's we had the last day of summer camp today for the whole summer. It was weird. It was weird because it's not Friday. I'm used to those things being on Friday, or the end of things being on Friday. but like we did a lot this summer and we got through it. We weren't late for anything. I am taking some pictures of this box before I recycle it because I don't know if I'm gonna ever find this brand again, and it was a good one. So we are gonna recycle the box though, because that's how it goes. Okay, water is on the stove. We're gonna start with the lentil salad today, and shallot. I don't have a shallot. I have a Vidalia onion, so we'll just use that, and that's fine. Vidalia onions are pretty sweet to begin with, and so they're all right. I don't need to worry. Not worry. They'll be fine. The Vidalia onion will be fine. Cucumber. That we have our tomato. This tomato is has some soft spots on it, so we're gonna just kind of let that one.
Excuse me, Daddy.
We're gonna use that one today.
Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry.
Foggers,
Daddy,
hello.
sorry. Daddy, sorry. I'm sorry. Daddy, bye.
The only thing I was gonna say the only thing I don't have is green onion. And as I said that, I looked over on the windowsill by the sink, and I have some green onions that are growing in there, and there's like just enough in there to use for this recipe, which is great. Which is really great. Parsley. And feta cheese. Now, this is the moment of truth here because feta. I hope the feta's still good. Yeah, that's fine. Smells like cheese. Doesn't smell off. So, good. Pot of water is on the stove. I am also I want to do a little vegetable stock today. Not a whole, like, huge, big pot of stock like I've done in the past. We're just going to do like a little one because I just have some stuff that's like built up. Also, I know what I can do today. Amber, welcome. Hello. What are we going to do for dinner? You kids okay?
Yes.
Y'all doing okay? Okay.
Asking for my charger. Like, I only have one left. Taking all the chargers.
Yeah.
Well, you've taken them back.
We have a phone charger argument.
And then
Requests happening.
he said, "Well, you get it." And I said, "I need to do things. You
Okay.
get it."
I also need to do things.
Yeah.
I need to soak for the thing to
Like take this recycling and trash out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
go get
Okay.
it.
No,
How's it going? Did you do the other stuff? You staying off YouTube until you're done?
Yes, I haven't gone on YouTube once.
Okay.
I've gone on it for like 5 seconds.
You haven't gone on YouTube once. Have you gone on it twice? 3 times? 4 times?
At all.
Okay.
No, I haven't gone on.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. Calvin's taking some
I'm
responsibilities.
being a good boy.
He is being good. He's being good. This is true. It's the last day of camp. We got ice cream after camp though. Speaking of, I was thinking out loud here about this stock. I have some corn in there. I am also going to make like a little bit of a corn salad. We'll have egg salad and corn salad for dinner. Write that down, Lou. You will forget. 4, 5. Corn salad. What?
The attachment.
Oh, okay. The attachment for the cleaner thing? Gwen's trying to clean dog vomit off the carpet. It's another day in paradise. I don't know either. It might be in... It'd be in the crawl space. Like right at the thing. Just turn... Yeah. Okay. Amber, hello. Poor Daisy. Yeah. Daisy's been vomiting on the carpet for a long time. This is not new. This is not new behavior. It's continues to be frustrating behavior, though. Okay. Oh, my water's boiling. Look at that. We bullshitted long enough to boil water. What were the directions on here? Boil the lentils for 20 minutes. And that worked. That was like a good... that was good timing, if I recall correctly. And I do, because I have now made this. This will be the 4th time I've made this overall. Let's take that camera up just a little bit, and so it's not directly over the flame. We know what happens when you put the camera directly over the flame. Nothing good. All right, we're gonna boil that. We got some lentils. A little lentil John happening. Start the timer. I did. Okay, good. Mix, welcome in. Happy Friday, Junior. We're making corn. We're doing something with corn today. I want it. Let it be known that corn is part of today's activities.
Gotta take the trash out and recycle it.
Take the trash and recycling out.
I really like corn.
Yes,
What do you
please.
like about corn?
It's corn.
And replace the bag.
A big Vietnam. It has to
I was
He used that. He like.
not in.
Okay, I'm staying out of the conversation. Sorry, there's other conversations happening in my house across the house. Oh my god. Dog Ice is like in with the original. Love to hear the original. Okay, I'm turning this down slightly. It's like boiling at a rolling boil. I want this to boil at like at a manageable level. Because that's what we did before. Okay. Goal today. Let's see, what is going into this bag? Get good god. You can get a second bag from over here and do that. Is this going to be a one-trip situation?
Yeah, because then I'm
Okay.
behind like 2 things. And
Do y'all hear? Calvin's emptying the recycling over here. He's like just off camera.
I'm the trash. I'm being a good boy.
Right. Okay. Yes, and the trash. Yes. Here, hold on. Hold out your hand. Hold out your hand. Here, no. Hold it out like this. No, like this.
He's just gonna be a dick.
There. There's your credit token. You get credit for taking both of them out.
Tried to warn you.
You too. Anyway, it's glitchy. Yeah, because he's like, oh god. Okay. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Go.
Go, go.
I'm just waiting.
Waiting for what?
Collapse. I'm waiting to hear the sound of cans and things hitting the ground. At least there's no glass in there. Okay. A jolly saunter above a simmer mix. Exactly. That's what we're looking for. Love being right.
I'm gonna be smart.
Amber, pets are joyful, but they're also full of their own liquid. Here's a cat. This is Obi. Full of their own liquid. Yeah, Nix, it's definitely, the cans are definitely getting caught by the noise filtering. That's why it's glitchy. Because they're a weird sound. Yes. Look at him. Look at him.
He wanted to get in the crawl space.
And I'm still a piece of garbage.
Hello.
Gwen said she wanted me to play that whenever she comes on stream.
I'm still a piece of
And I'm
garbage.
still a piece of garbage.
I do not agree. Roll your eyes. I've gotten several eye rolls today.
I don't know where the attachment is. I can't really look around a lot in the crawl space because it's scary in there and there's dead cockroaches and stuff and the dehumidifier isn't working.
So you can't go in the crawl space because it's scary?
There's cockroaches in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's cockroaches in there.
They're dead.
So?
Jamie, we're boiling lentils. So what are you saying to me? That you're not going to do the thing?
I have to do the carpet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I need the attachment for, and that's what I will not be doing.
Okay. Great.
See, valid reason. Cockroaches, blue job.
Blue job. Well, that's on you. Yeah, send Obi down there. That's a good idea. I will. How about this? We're running into an ad. We're running into an ad break. We're going to take a 3-minute break here. I'm going to throw a Game of Words on stream up and run an ad on Twitch. I am going to go downstairs and I will look briefly. I'm not going to like spend a ton of time doing it, but I'll look and see if it's there, if I can see it. Is that okay? Fair deal? Okay.
I catastrophe. Recycling into the thing.
Calvin.
Half of it missed.
Calvin had a catastrophe dumping the recycling in. Well, I'm sure that you took responsibility for it and cleaned it up. So thank you.
After the trash, you should get in the bath. It's still just full of water.
Oh, right.
It's gonna be cold by the time you're getting in.
Yeah, I'll put more in.
Oh my God. Amber, yeah, Gwen changed her hair about a month and a half ago. Phoenix, I agree with you. I would love to have some chickens that live in the basement, but they would be in the crawl space, and those would be zombie chickens living in the dark. That is actually truly terrifying.
You have to close that first.
Yeah. Mrs. Syntax, the conversation is never lacking for
See the
a little weirdness sometimes.
see these little things.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for the attachment to the vacuum that Gwen is so desperately seeking. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad on Twitch because it says that we need to do that. They'll cluck you up.
Just ask them.
There, see?
That works.
Okay. Yes. I know which one you mean. Okay. Here's a Game of Words on stream. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. I'll be right back. Okay? I promise.
Hi.
Okay.
Welcome to another edition of Commercials
Okay.
I Hate.
Oh, hold on. Need a flashlight. Need a flashlight. Need a flashlight. BRB.
Don't let things in
I'm
there.
not gonna.
Close your basement door.
I got it.
Okay, found it. It's expected. It's a little deeper than I thought. Oh. Okay, we did it. We found the thing. We found the thing. And it only took one round of words on stream. Amazing. Amazing. And is that a board? Did we finish that one? Was that a completed board? It looked like it. I didn't see all the things though. All right, we're back. We did it. You give these lentils a stir. I'm gonna increase the heat just a touch because it says boil. It says boil. Okay, and that's it. Okay. I'm a little bit, Bellis, what was the word used? Discombobulated? The discombobulation continues. Excuse me. Okay, y'all who are on Twitch, thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. We're back. One, we found the attachment I was looking for. So the trip was worth it. Just to be clear. Memonique, welcome in. Hello. Hello, hello, closeted shark. Hello, hello, welcome in. Faga says, what kind of nail polish do you use? Currently, or rather, I don't know. I don't know what kind of nail polish, because the last bunch of times that I've gotten my nails done, I've gone to a nail salon and gotten them done. However, if I if I can share a little bit of little advice with you. Hold on, let me close this thing out. Or not close this thing out. I can share that my friend Megan, who is in chat every once in a while, my friend Megan, not Megan 8, my friend Megan Splon, has a lovely relationship with Olive and June, and has, I believe, a code for some level of discount with them. I believe you can find that off of her Instagram, which is linked in chat. She's also a lovely human and has far better nails than I do, and does her own. I am not currently wearing nail polish because yesterday I ripped it all off. I didn't even soak it, I just kicked it off, which was not great. Okay, you finished? One last thing. Do you know what it is?
Yes, sir.
Let's put a bag in the trash can.
I take that.
Nope. Last time you took the trash out, you put a bag in there, but that is needed again. Thank you, Calvin. You are... You know what? You know what's nice? Callie, you know what's nice? I know that you did not enjoy taking responsibility for some of the things that I asked you to do this afternoon, but I will tell you that I have asked you to do those multiple times now, and I believe that they're done. I'm not going to check up on you. I believe that they have been done to the thorough specificity that I require. Do you believe that?
Wow. You require a lot.
I do. Do you believe that that's true?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more week
Okay.
in my room.
Okay.
But the other rooms, yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for handling all that.
Okay.
Follow guys, yes. Food editor and award-winning podcast host. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. That is my friend Megan, and she's a lovely human. And go on her Instagram and follow it. And then also, if you are interested in her nail polish situation, I think there's probably a link to that somewhere in there. What's that?
Megan does. Megan has a podcast.
They used to have a podcast, yeah. The one that I listened to regularly. They don't run the podcast anymore, but she used to have a podcast, and you can still subscribe to it. It still has archives that you can listen to, which are really good. Not in Getty, welcome in. Lissy, welcome in. Good to see y'all.
Podcast.
Food editor and award-winning podcast host. Megan, who we went to visit for the Cornbread Festival.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Who were you thinking?
My aunt.
No. Your aunt is not an award-winning food journalist and podcast host.
why I was
Not that is no. Okay. Yes. We have multiple Megans in life. Okay. Fellas, good camping weather. Excellent.
What dinner?
Calvin is asking me what dinner is. Dinner is either lentil salad, soup, or pasta, and
Pasta.
or egg or egg salad.
What kind of pasta?
The same pasta you had last night.
More pasta, please.
Guess he liked it. Yeah, there's only one Megan. Fortunately, they spell their names differently, or else I'd never be able to tell them apart. That's not true. Okay, let's. Oh my god. I feel like we've just done, today is just I said, I don't really know what I'm doing on stream. Here's what today is. Today is what Sunday afternoon looks like if I'm not streaming. When I'm not. I don't stream on Sunday afternoon. I'm very sort of disoriented in space or time with regard to the days of the week. It's the end of summer. We had the last day of summer camp today. School starts Monday. We've entered the void of time before school. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And what I'm kind of doing on stream today is what I would do on a Sunday afternoon in an hour or two as I'm sort of cleaning out the fridge, getting ready for next week, all of that. So it's a little bit hey, all this stuff needs to get used up. Let's put some things in the freezer. Let's kind of cut up the cantaloupe that needs to get cut up and put that in the fridge. Blah, blah, blah. All that nonsense. Today's not a specific, we're making this meal. Here's this recipe which is, okay, but to be fair, we're going to make egg salad. So Lou, you're wrong and you just lied. But what I mean to say is that egg salad is super easy and the rest of it is just happening. Bill, welcome in. What are we making? What are we making today? Right now I'm making lentil salad. Then I'm going to make chicken and vegetable stock. Then I'm going to make an egg salad recipe. And then I'll make a little corn salad recipe or a little corn salad, non-recipe corn salad. I have a recipe for the corn salad, but I'm not going to use it because then I would require looking it up and measuring shit. And we're not going to measure shit today. We're just going to make the corn salad. So all of that is what's happening on stream today. Yes. Lou's lying. Yes. I mean, sorry. Sorry, as they say in Canadian. Okay, the lentils are about to be finished. I gotta drain those. Let's, I have a good idea. I'm gonna save the liquid that I drained the lentils from the lentils here, and I'm gonna put that liquid in the stock because that's gonna be good and flavorful. Did you know that apologizing after a wreck in Canada is legally not an admission of fault? Right. Did you know that I've never been apologized to more in my entire life than every single time I've ever been in Canada? It's a really nice place to exist. People are courteous, and I appreciate that. Comes out of people like maple sap, comes out of maple juice. True. It's true. Is it a full sleeve? Yes, it is. Bill, it is a full sleeve. It is, in fact, all the way up to here. Lots of them. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Zarina, a friend and regular of the stream. Thank you for your support and generosity. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope they appreciate it. A widescreen format transcript. That is not true, but that's a lot of channel points. There's always, every once in a while you run across a streamer. Hold on, pause. Lou. You got to try the lentils. Make sure they're done. You ever come across a streamer that has like channel point things, or like a get a tattoo thing? Ooh, goddamn! Didn't Kanara get a tattoo for some stream related thing? I feel like that's true. Maybe I just made that up. I possibly just made that up. All right, let's drain these. Again, I'm just gonna take the liquid and save it and put it in my stock pot because, like, it's good. It's tasty. Stop looking at my butt. Yeah, listen, if I had a tramp stamp tattoo that said, it wouldn't say stop, because, like, if it was visible, if I had a tramp stamp that was visible to you, it wouldn't say stop looking at my butt, because you would be able to see it. So, like, you are welcome to continue looking. If you can see that part of me, then, like, we have become acquainted well enough. So there's that. I don't have a tramp stamp though. I also object to that name, but lower back tattoo, please. I also don't have one of those. Call it what you want, but let's cut up the rest of this stuff so that we can put some stock on. What pot should I use for that? Probably this one. Probably this one, because it's the one that's available. All right. Where is the other one though? Like, hold on. Okay, it's not in there. It's what? Did I literally lose like a huge pot? Is it on the stove? Oh, I know where it is. It's in the oven because it was drying. Let me get this straight. If someone was looking at you, Broody, it wouldn't bother you. One, no, that wouldn't bother me. Two, what I was saying is if you could see the tattoo, meaning if you know, can you see one right now? Because if you can see tattoos in that part of my body, then, like, I'm sort of that's the vibe. That's where we're at. You're looking because, whatever. Or I'm at the pool, I guess. I didn't think that one through. But to be fair, I don't like swimming and I don't do it. So where was I going with this line of reasoning? I have no idea. All right. The lentils are cooling. Let's put those in a bowl. And then we can just add the rest of the ingredients to that as we get moving here. At the pool. Yeah, I mean, in a thong, yeah, well. I appreciated. I didn't make it out to any public pools while we were in France, but I heard the public pools require a certain like Speedo or like tiny square swimsuit for men. They don't like board shorts because like people will just wear their board shorts all around in the city, walking around, they'll get dirty, and then they get in the pool, and then the pool's dirty. So no longer swimsuit, embarrassing tattoos. Yeah, no, that's not the reason. I just don't like swimming. I'm not like a water person, Chase. I like being proximal to the water. I don't like being in the water. Although when I go to the beach, I like putting my feet in the ocean. But I can swim. I can swim. Yeah. I can definitely swim. I just don't find joy in it. So I don't, because why? If you don't want to, like, why do it? Why force myself to swim? Why force myself to swim when I can just as easily sit next to the pool in the shade in my big straw hat reading? Why do I have to get in the water? I definitely can swim though. I'm very comfortable swimming. I took swim lessons for a while. Like every summer I took like a week of swim lessons for 4 or 5 years. Probably, I don't even know. Probably longer than that. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm an adult and I can do what I want. So I don't. 33 grams worth of chopped shallot. Well, that's 135 grams worth of Vidalia onion. So let's trim this a little more. And we're putting all of the leavings today in the pot next to me. Mrs. Syntax says, I don't love swimming either, but I do love just sitting in the water. Totally. Yeah, I don't even love getting in the water, if I'm being really honest. I love getting in the water if there is, if there are no people, children, specifically children, in the water. No offense to the children, but like, they're loud and splashing, and I don't want that. I love a lazy river. If we're at the water park, that's always enjoyable. Okay, let's put. Let's put like 33 grams of really finely chopped onion in here, because that's what the recipe. Actually, no, we're gonna put a few more than that because I used extra lentils. So let's do an even 50 grams. Or we're going to do whatever this ends up being. 53. Perfect. The adults only ocean. Yeah. Mainly the pool though. If I'm in like a pool area, I just like don't want to be around other people. Mrs. Syntax has a puddle of water in a shady corner. Yeah, that's my vibe. That's my vibe. I love I do enjoy the water. When I was a kid, I enjoyed like jumping in and out of the pool or the lake or like wherever I was that had water. But generally, I don't want to do that as an adult. Fall Guys, get a sun shelter tent thingy. I love those. We were down at the beach last weekend. and I saw that some of the new, there was like they had banned like all different shade devices. They were, like, you were only allowed to use like a specific size umbrella, and even then, yeah, you like there was like two different types of things you could use, and all like the new ones that are like the ones with the sand anchors, like they were like, no, you can't use that. The hoop with a cloth, though, I saw one on a different beach last weekend. I saw the hoop with a cloth. Those things are kind of cool because the wind is pretty consistent, so you just like sit underneath of that. Yeah, whatever it is, I want shade. Like, I want to have shade. Do you guys want to see my pool hat? The hat that I wear when I go to the pool? I have it. It's available. I can see it. It's right over there. I could put my pool hat on. It's my favorite. I'll show you what I mean when I say when I say I want to sit with my hat in the shade. You'll understand. It's it's intentionally large. I would like a larger one, in fact, but I haven't found one that's satisfyingly large and also like unbranded. I've seen the ones that have like logos and stuff on them, but I don't want a logo. I just want it to be large. There you go. Welcome in. Good afternoon or evening. Happy Thursday. Frog Ice, yes, like a 70-year-old retiree, bigger, more. I want more than that. I want a hat. Basically, what I want is a sombrero without all the colors. This is my pool hat. This is the pool hat. So just wear this. It's a little ripped on the top now. I pull it all the way down. And I sit there judgmentally. It would be an excellent lawn mowing hat. It's an excellent hat to like do anything in the sun. It's old too. Oh my God, Fogus, you know it. Yeah, like the giant, enormous bug sunglasses, that hat, plus like usually something around my neck, like long sleeves. I'm just like covered. I don't want anything to do with the sun, like ever. Parsley. Let's do parsley next. Do I need parsley for anything else today? Egg salad, no. Corn salad, yeah. We'll put some parsley in the corn salad today. Let me get a bowl for that. Because what I'm kind of doing, I'm making everything that's not getting used. Like the rest of this parsley is just going in the stock pot. Like I'm not messing around with keeping this after today. Darla on YouTube, welcome in. Hey, did y'all know that I multi-stream to YouTube? You can go subscribe. That'd be great. I saw before stream today I had 199 subscribers. It's a decent amount of subscribers, and there's room for more. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, you could maybe go do that, and that'd be super cool. Or don't, but do. Please. As I said, there's a link to that in chat. There's also a link to it somewhere on the profile.
None of this matters.
True. Facts. Those are real true facts. None of this matters indeed. Yes, there are more pressing issues, but dinner still has to be made. So Serena, I do not know who gave you the gift sub, by the way. It was an anonymous gift sub, which we also love. We love an anonymous sub or any kind of sub, really. Serena, they gave you, his son gave you freckles on your eyes. That is accurate. Calvin got a little bit sunburned this week. It was like the last week of camp. We've avoided getting sunburned for the entire summer, and he got sunburned on his face. On Tuesday. Did you know you can still get a little sun even if the sun does not appear to be shining? Because you can. Facts. Numbers are just numbers. True. That is true. And sometimes when you put the numbers into context, they're good or bad. Context is also important. Parsley, tomato. From skiing trips, yeah. The glare off of the snow. It's funny, the glare, there's like glare off, you get glare off the snow. And if you're on if you're like boating, getting glare off of the water is also like a real thing. And you don't realize it sometimes until you're like, oh, ouch. Yeah, getting your under your eyes, or like this area, getting sun is so wild. Because you're like, I've had that happen. Like you're out like canoeing all day or something, and you are like, oh, shit, that feels weird. Why does my face feel weird? Okay, this tomato has a lot of pulp. I don't want the pulp in my my salad here. The recipe that I have for this calls for grape tomatoes, or like small tomatoes. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this tomato, hulling it, getting the seeds and juice, etc. out of here, and then I'm just going to use the skin plus a little bit of the meat underneath of the skin, and then I'm just going to toss the rest of it in my stock pot, because tomato also makes for good stock. A little vegetable stock. And this tomato is definitely ready to eat. All right, I think I'm just going to toss this chunk in here. This chunk is the one that had like a big soft spot on it, so it's not bad per se. Okay, this part is not. Yeah, that part we're just gonna chalk up. What do I used to say? Charge it to the game. I'm gonna charge that one to the game. Fellas, are you going camping out in the world, like state parks or anything this season? We've got next week on stream, we'll be doing a camping prep stream. Wednesday or Thursday, I believe, we'll be doing a camping trip prep stream. Probably some familiar favorites. And keep it easy this early in the season. Made them more for RVs. Yeah, I love me a tent only spot. If those are always, they're really rare now, but they're great if you can find them. There's only a few places in my area that have like good tent only spots, but the thing with the tent only spots is I don't want to have to walk all the way into them either. Like I usually I usually look, there's almost always one loop in the state parks anyway that's like completely non-electric, and sometimes those sites are pretty good. But I know what you mean with like catering to RVs, because one of the sites I stay in regularly enough, at least like once a year, is surrounded by RVs. I like the site and I like the location in the state park, that specific park, but yeah, when everyone around you is in an RV and you're in a tent, it is kind of awkward. Broke Dead Mountain. How old is that movie now? Good lord. I wish I could quit you. I saw that movie once, and I don't remember liking or not liking it. I don't even remember seeing it. I'm just aware that I saw it. Okay, this salad is good. We have lentils, cucumber, onion, tomato, green onion, parsley. Let's add some feta to this, and then this will be ready to mix up. And oh wait, no, it's not ready to mix up. I have dressing. I needed to make a dressing for it. You know what? I'm second guessing this. This, you know, feta like always smells like feet. This smells like feet that need a shower, which is different. I don't think we're going to add feta. No, I think I missed the window on this block of feta, on this piece of feta. I did. Moment of silence for the feta. Wow, the juxtaposition of those two sounds at the exact same time was not lost on me. Fetid feta, correct. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. Let's make the dressing for this though, because I was like, oh, it's about to be finished. I'm like, no, it has dressing on it. That's like kind of one of the best parts of the whole thing. But let's stir this together. I'm gonna stir this together first. It's fine without the cheese. The cheese is not my favorite part of this anyway, so I'm not upset. Maybe I will put, maybe I'll put like, I think I have some leftover cheddar in the fridge. Maybe I'll put some cheddar in there. No, I'm just dairy free. Hey, this is vegan. It's now vegan. Sorry for the convenience. 20 years old. Holy shit. That is old. That is definitely old. Mustard, lemon, olive oil. Great. And I measured. I know how much of each of these things to add. Isn't that great? This is 6 teaspoons of this, so that's 30 grams. 30 grams. Boris, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Friday, Junior. Perhaps it is your not Friday, but some other day of the week in your experience if you work weekends. Regardless. We're going to do a little extra here because I have some extra lentils and I put some extra other ingredients in. So we're going to do just a little bit above and beyond what we had last time. This is the bitter lemon vinegar. We'll do 4 teaspoons of this. I should have given this a shake before yeah. We'll finish that. Okay, good. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus an extra little splash because it's good. Reminder to self, what does this taste like? Oh. Oh. That's brisk. Right. You know, there's a big difference between balsamic vinegar and other vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is smooth. Other vinegar is aggressive. No 2 days off in a row, fellas. That definitely sucks. And if you have the space and like you can have a satisfying outdoor experience at your house, I agree with you. I agree with you. I do not. I do not have that space. When I was a kid, we had a little yard that I could have camped in, but I didn't. Didn't then. I've said to Gwen, or I've said into the void and specifically to Gwen, that if we ever moved out of the city, I don't really want to move to a suburb or somewhere where you have like a little yard or like, you know, oh, it sits on like an eighth of an acre. I'm like, okay, cool. I would like more than that. I'd like to be able to like get a separate section of the property for like a campground or campsite, you know, one that I could set up as a campground or campsite. But that's not happening, so. Yeah, the RV is fun, and I've actually never been RV camping. Did anybody else go RV camping as a kid, or camping at all as a kid? I went with scouts, but I never went in an RV. I would like to. I think it would be fun. I don't have anything against RV camping. Like, just so we're clear, I use a tent when I go. But that's only because I don't have an RV. Like, I feel like if I had an RV, I would probably use it sometimes. Like our January trip, for example, I'd probably use an RV for that instead of tent camping. But I do kind of love camping in the winter. The Upper Peninsula, I know where that is. I don't remember them being that way when I was a kid. Well, also to be fair, when you were a child, everything's bigger. You ever been back to your elementary school cafeteria? It's a weird vibe. And not just because there's kids there. Like, I went to my elementary school cafeteria, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, and I was like, I remember this being a lot larger. Yeah, Avo. Oh my god, this smell. I went into the cafeteria at Calvin's school. I've been in there a bunch for various reasons, and it definitely is like it hits. It takes you back, and you're like, oh god, it's the smell of sort of like industrial cleaner mixed with like a really faint smell of like food. They put you in the building that they graduated elementary school from. They're like, yeah, sit in these desks again. Don't mind your knees. Because we sure didn't. Let's I'm gonna put this in the fridge. That salad turned out really well. Very happy. Very pleased. Very pleased. Muy delicioso. All right, what else is going to go in this stock? Yeah, when I say I have a limp carrot, this is what I mean. This is like, we're not going to rehydrate this, but I will use it in stock. This dill is on the... So, do I even want to toss this in the stock? Yeah, I do. Some of it. Not all of it. Not these pieces. These pieces get to go in the compost because they are wet and brown, which is not what you're looking for in fresh herbs. Let's see about this corn. This corn is also has been in here for a while, but corn in the husk keeps in the fridge for a really long time. It's kind of odd. The bathrooms were set up for children. Yeah, well, it's weird to be in a space designed for children as an adult. Like, yeah, like when I volunteered at school before, and you go to sit in a chair, and you're like, wow, this is really low to the ground and weird. In the subscription for the carrot, yeah, right. Fortunately for carrots, to get them back to speed, well, I guess maybe not fortunately. It takes like 24 hours. You got to soak them in some water. I think those pills work quicker than that. At least that's what they tell me. You updated the desk. Yeah, it's just such a weird experience. Where was I? I was somewhere else recently. That was like, it is odd because like I have a 10-year-old, and so I find myself in spaces like designed for children every once in a while, and it's weird because, like, as an adult, you have no other business being there. Like, I'm only there because I have a child who is also there. Oh, we were at... Where were we at? We were at the, like, a water park. And I'm, like, sitting in the roller coaster thing that they have, and it was also very small. I was like, this is odd. It used to be a high school and pack all of those kids. 500 kids in a graduating class is so many. I don't even think I had 500 kids in my college graduating class. I know my high school graduating class had 199 kids in it. And I remember that number. I remember that number because it was like, oh, we couldn't get one more? Cool. All right, corn salad. Corn salad should be relatively easy. And I'm only making this because I want the corn cobs for the stock. And I don't, I could just freeze the corn, but I'll eat this. This is the type of thing that I'll just, like, get into in the fridge as a snack in the evening. Oh man, driving by your high school. It's like a cross-genre song topic. That's like a country song / like an emo song / I don't know. Whatever. Let's pick another genre. Pick another melancholy genre. The last time I drove by my high school was... It was within the past 10 years. I know that. But I don't remember when. And the reason that I drove by it was just to look at it, because I was like in that part of the world again. I was like, oh, I wonder if this place is still there. Like, obviously it's still there. More like, I wonder what it looks like now. All right, corn. Put a little parsley in there. I have some basil plants. Or I have a basil plant over there that is like clinging to life. Yeah, well, it's the schools. It's weird. It's weird when you like going back to your town or wherever you grew up as an adult, like later in life, is odd. It's like a very strange feeling. I think. Like everything's very different, but it's all sort of the same. At least that's been my experience. When you live somewhere for consistently and you see the change over time, it's not as impactful. Okay, we're done with this. All right, we did the lentil salad. Check. Stock is in progress. Let's see, what else can go in this salad? This is just corn. I want some olive oil. I want black pepper. I want a little bit of salt. And then usually I put Parmesan in here. Now I have Parmesan in the fridge, but it's not open yet. And I kind of just want to leave it unopened. So I mentioned the cheddar earlier for the lentil salad, and I don't want to do that, but this would be a good place to add a little bit of cheddar. Now, shoot, I had one of these is cheddar, one of these is Havarti. I don't know which one's which because I did not label them. That's Havarti. Yup, that's Havarti. That's definitely cheddar. Okay, we're gonna use a Havarti because it's a little harder and tangier. So, not that it's like Parmesan, but it's closer to Parmesan in taste than cheddar. They're not the same, but close enough. All right, let's give this a stir. So I'm basically sort of making some snacks for the house, just like some cold salads to have in the refrigerator out of some of these things, so that I can also use like the corn cobs and the rest of the herbs for stock. Oh my God. I drove by the fields got converted to houses. Yeah. I drove by my house that I grew up in the same time I drove by my high school, I drove by the house that I grew up in, and it is weird because like I remember there being woods there and now there's not. I'm like, oh shoot. where did all the woods go? Like it got subdivided and turned into housing units. All right, great. That's good. Simple. Crunchy. Enough salt. Got a lid. Got a lid. And then the lentil salad I can put in I need to put that in a container too. Actually, I should put that in a container so that I don't have this like thing just sitting in this bowl, because we're certainly not going to eat all of it tonight. Let's put that in a big container. I think that'll all fit in here. This is what's the volume on this container? 7 cups, 1.6 liters. Great. All right, we're gonna put that in here. This lentil salad is actually a little bit better the next day because the dressing gets absorbed, like the lentils absorb more of the dressing, and so it's like a little bit drier but it also just has more flavor overall. And you can actually put like a little bit of additional olive oil on it, which is what I did the last time, and then did like just a little extra olive oil, mix that in, and it sort of it wakes it back up again, but it also is not like a ton of additional, like, you're not adding more vinegar. You don't like make more dressing. The dressing's all still there. Broccoli, I love a good cucumber. English cucumbers, peeled, 1/4-inch dice with some Italian dressing. Totally. One of my favorite food trends of the past, like, recent memory is the cucumber in the quart container. That, like, with the mandolin, you like shave a cucumber into a quart container and then just like add stuff to it. That was all over the internet at one point, probably like, what, 2 years ago? I don't even remember. It's probably like a fucking decade ago at this point. But I remember it, and I didn't do it at the time because I don't always do like trends and whatever. Like, I didn't do it on stream, but that has now entered the rotation of things that I like do. That's entered the snack rotation. Bob, welcome in. Happy Friday Junior to you. Bob Bakes, fellow food and drink streamer, friend of the stream. I'm trying to transition my snacking to more vegetable focused and less like chips and such. And if I'm gonna be real self-reflective and honest about that, it's been easier. I haven't been smoking weed, and so when you don't do that, you get less of a craving for like chips, salty, chocolatey shit. I still get like a craving for snacks and like eating, but I feel less sort of like a snack monster in the evening. And so I've leaned in more to like, okay, well, let's eat an apple instead, or whatever. I'm not saying that makes me better. I feel better about it. I eat the apple and then I eat the chips. It's about balance, really. And then I get a handful of chocolate chips out of the baking cabinet. Because you need to hit all the notes, right? Salty, sweet. Okay. I was mourning the snack bowl. You should end with the apple, right? Ending, you know what, Sarah? Welcome. Also, hello. One of my favorite pieces of advice from a good friend of mine is, if you want a snack, like, if you're like snacking at night, one of the best things, and then this has like been borne out. She was like, if you just want like treats, right, and you don't have your heart set on something specific, like yogurt, like Greek yogurt, and then add like, a couple things to it, like a little chocolate, some berries, whatever, because it is satisfying. She was like, I find it satisfying in the same way as ice cream, which like, no, that's not true for me, or like normal people, but I see the point. It's like this sort of really filling thing, that's a good base for other stuff. So I don't often take my own advice, but if I have yogurt, I do like yogurt with like fruit and what have you as a like, man, I'm gonna eat something, but I just don't want to consume like half a bag of Cheetos right now. Because I always have it in me to consume half a bag of Cheetos. That's not, it's a special skill that I have. better to cut your appetite first with an apple or either, and then end with a couple chips. I agree. I think where I've arrived at snack wise is if there's like something available like that, like fruit or cut up melon or like berries, like I do just kind of start with that. And I think what used to happen for me is that would I would get a snack and that would like kickstart things. I would be like, oh yeah, like I'm a little bit hot, I'm a little bit stoned, and now I want all the snacks. Now I find myself more like I'll do that and then I'll want like a little bit of snack. So I want less. I'm still sort of very much on the like snack train, but I find that the volume has decreased, the like amount. The volume of eating Fritos is the same though. It just lasts for less time. All right, let's see what else we have here. We did the corn salad. We did a corn salad. We did a lentil salad. I still have this pot that I'm getting like stock stuff prepped into. So let's maybe get let's maybe finish that up. Oh, we have an ad that we need to run. Twitch is like, hey, you owe us minutes of your time if you don't want to have pre-rolls on, and I kind of don't love pre-rolls. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna throw up a Game Awards on stream. Excuse me. And I am going to handle the dishes that are in the sink. While we do that, Liz, hello. Welcome. It's good to see you. Happy afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy afternoon. Happy Friday, Junior. Shit. I didn't put those cookies up, did I? I didn't. I looked at them though. They all look really good. I will do that. That's still on my to-do list because I want to do that. I did look at them now. I looked at them recently. I think last night, maybe 2 nights ago. We're going to do some project cookies for the next cookie club. And we're going to do more than 10 winners because we didn't do cookie club in August because time is a finite resource, as is energy. And I didn't have the time nor the energy. Okay. We are, however, speaking of time, we are going to play a Game of Words on stream now. Let's put that up on screen. There it is. This is a good time to mention that we're going to run a 3-minute ad. And if you want to take a quick little break, maybe get a beverage, a little snack, use the bathroom, have a little walk around, maybe have a good cry, feel free. Now's the time. Now's a good time. Here comes a Game of Words on stream. We're gonna run a 3-minute ad on Twitch. There's a link to YouTube. You can hear me ramble on there on that old YouTube. There's no ads there. We'll be right back. I'm gonna do some dishes. Okay. BRB.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Let's get. I'm gonna handle some dishes here. I'm not gonna wash any dishes. We're just going to file them in the dishwasher or the dish pan appropriately. Oh, Liz, I should mention the cats, those kittens have gone to their shelter again. They're back with the shelter. I don't know if don't know what their next steps are, but they have been returned. And maybe Gwen will get some sleep tonight. I wish you the best lives. Yes, indeed. Same, obviously. I think Gwen would probably have fostered them longer, but she has things to do this weekend, and I know definitively that that is not in my level of availability to manage that feeding schedule and a child and the things that come with that. Oh, damn. Oh, I can see the bottom of the sink. We're making progress. Making progress. Not there yet, though. All right. Hey, if you were on Twitch, welcome back. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you sticking around, because if you can hear me, that means you stuck around. And if you can't hear me because you left, that's fine too, I suppose. Everybody has their own choices to make in life. I'm sorry that you had to leave. Anyway, we're gonna finish this game of Words on Stream. I am moments away from having all of the dishes either in the dishwasher or in the dishpan, which is great. We love that. Kind of one of my favorite things. When I am keeping up with the dishes even a little bit during stream, it is so helpful. Super helpful. Okay, last guesses, y'all. We got one more guess. Get them in. Get them in, because now they're gone. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Beautiful. Jolt. Jolt is a good word. All right, here's the main screen again. Hey, Dorkable, thank you for your resub. I appreciate you. Check my awesome streak out. Thank you. It's always lovely to have you. I understand that you're under the weather. We're all either under weather or amid the weather or experiencing the weather. I should clarify and say that I heard that you are not feeling well, and that I hope your improvements come quickly. Thank you for the resub. Castellin, welcome in. Good to have you. Thank you for tossing out some words. Always good. I was hoping I wouldn't notice. Oh, hello. Yes, of course. Well, I'll tell you what. If you don't want me to mention it next time, I won't. That's the thing I'll remember. I mean, you've been around long enough. That's not true. I probably will forget. Reinforcement is important. But now that I'm saying it, I'm verbally reinforcing it for myself. So like in the future, I can intentionally not notice. I could also set it for, God, see, these are all things that I could do. I could do this. I could do that with the bot. Yeah. I could have a personal assistant that does all that for me. I don't, because that would be an unhinged thing to spend money on. Oh, okay. Yes, of course. I did notice. The thing was that we were in an ad break, And despite the fact that you were subscribing, so I knew that you could hear me, I wanted to say thank you once we came back from the ad break, because I want more people to subscribe. So if I say thank you while everyone can hear me, then like, you know, it doesn't, you know. Let's get some more ingredients in my stock here. I've got some celery in the fridge. This ought to be good. We'll add that in there, and then we'll add the rest of the stock bag from the freezer. Then we'll add some water, some salt, some herbs, and we'll put it on the heat, and we'll see what happens. What happens? It boils. The water boils. News at 11. Where's that stock bag? I saw it the other day. There it is. Ah, shit. You know, now I'm second guessing even making stock today because I have a whole other half of a chicken. Or no, I have a whole other whole chicken in the freezer that I'm going to make next week. And I am now like, oh, I wish I'd have waited for that. But like, no, that's fine. Hold on. Let me see if I have any other. I feel like this is the thing where like later, aha, see, I did have more of a stock. I did have another section of stock bag in here. I was like, later, I'm going to look in the freezer. I'm going to see another bag that was meant for stock, and I'm going to be mad at myself for not going to look for it. But I did go to look for it, and there it is. And I found it. And now we can move on. Do I have any cheese rinds in here? No, I don't. What do you want cheese rinds for? You're making stock. Yeah, they make it savory and delicious. Ace, welcome in. Out for some Chinese food with friends and cycled 10 miles each way. God damn. I hope you are used to that. That feels like it could be a lot if you're not used to biking. But that is, I love doing like a big old meal and then like a walk, or in your case, a bike ride. That is always quite nice. I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper to this, not that much, because I've realized and I know that when I add a ton of red pepper, it kind of goes a long way. I also almost always add too many peppercorns, so I'm going to add like a tablespoon worth. What else goes in here? Bay leaves. That's what else. Jamie, yeah, parm rinds in the red sauce is the best. I am on board 100% with that. I don't remember where I first heard that as a thing to do, but it was one of those things that I was like, I felt bad. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, not a ton. Because I want it to have, you know, if I'm adding pepper, I'll add a little salt too. But I remember with the orange rinds, the Parmesan rinds, or any cheese rinds, really, I don't remember where I learned it from, but I felt bad about like having disposed of my cheese rounds for years before that, and now I'm like very judicious when I finish a cheese, any kind of like hard cheese, about saving the rinds. I don't ever know what rind I'm using when I use them in a sauce or a stock. I just like grab one, so it's always kind of a nice little surprise. I did not know that Wegmans. Ooh, I did not know that Wegmans actually sells the rinds on their own. That's really good to know. It says it's pretty flat around here, and cycling and buses are my main mode of transport. I love me some cycling and buses too. If I'm being honest, I take the bus more than I bike, but I do love the bike. Okay, Garlic. We're gonna add another. Here's what we're gonna add to this, just to sort of make it a more complete version of itself. I'm gonna add some garlic, just crushed, or yeah, crushed garlic rinds, or not rinds, cloves. Cloves. An hour. Yes, you got there in an hour and it took 2 hours to get home. Yeah, that sounds like you were excited to eat and then working on that digestion on the way home. And an audiobook on the way. I love that. I've been slowly listening to an audiobook on the camp drives. I was away from the audiobooks for a little while. I was reading more physical books, and then I'm back to the audio now. We'll see how that goes. All right, we have an onion. I swing back and forth between the two. I don't, it's sort of like whatever my energy is in the season of life that we're in. Sometimes I'm behind the steering wheel a lot more, and that's like audiobook time, and sometimes I'm walking and not driving more. I was gonna say walking and around the house, but like I'm always around the house. I like live here, you know. And it is the school year though. We're days away from starting the school year, and that means a more consistent routine. More like I had to rush because I have a friend and I was late. Yes, okay, I'm also familiar with that. Let's add some water to this pot here. I don't have a specific amount that I'm adding. I'm just sort of I'm gonna fill it until it covers the material in the pot, and then we'll toss it on the stove and start it simmering. What do cheese and rinds add to sauce or stock? They asks. They add the umami flavor, which I know has been sort of the like flavor du jour of the moment, that everybody's like, oh, you have to add umami. You know, it's like salty, sweet, fat, umami. But it adds a level of richness and sort of tanginess to the thing. It also adds a bit of texture. So it's not like melted, it's not like you're melting cheese completely in there, but you are adding, functionally, you're adding like the oils and fats from that cheese rind into your sauce. And that gives it a bit of a silkier type of texture too. So it is, it adds richness to it. Do you grate them or something? No. What you would do, so when I say like the rind, you basically, whenever I have a rind or a piece of Parmesan, right, or a hard cheese that has a rind that you're not going to eat, you just save that. You can freeze it, and when you're making sauce, you just put it in. You know, if you're simmering the sauce for an hour, you put it in right at the beginning, and it literally just melts. Like, it melts into the thing. I say that it melts. Usually there's like a piece left. You know, there's some smaller piece of the thing that is still there, so you've got to fish that out. Yeah, it melts and sort of leaches all of the, leaches is a bad word. It contributes fat and flavor to your dish. And it's easy. It's like really easy to add that, because you are, if you just save the rinds and they're in your freezer, like not doing anything, then it's just add a couple in. Okay, what are we doing? Dishes are done. Hell yeah. I love dishes being done. I didn't do the dishes specifically just now, but I did put everything into the dishwasher and into the dish pan. So the dishes, as I like to say, have been filed. Okay, stock is underway. And what do we do? What are we gonna do next? Egg salad. And then a cantaloupe. We're just gonna cut up some cantaloupe. I think I'm gonna do the egg salad next because the eggs have to cool. So let's do that. Now this is one I was like, we're not gonna like be following any recipes. This is sort of a random day. I lied. We're gonna follow a recipe that I wrote. I didn't really write. I tried to write out the full instructions because it's literally just like put eggs in an Instant Pot and bug and cook them. Like it's so simple. But we're gonna follow the recipe and importantly the volume of ingredients that I am calling for, so I can just determine like, yes, this is good. No, it needs more salt. Jamie, was your hard-boiled egg method the 5 minute one? The like heat for 5, rest for 5, cool for 5? Was that the one? Excuse me. I know there was a 5-5-5 method. We were talking about this in chat the other day. I feel like that was the one, but remind me. Ace, you're seeing the Instant Pots. You know, put the eggs in the water once it's boiling, 13 minutes, dump in an ice bath for 15. Right. That was the shock to the system one where you like dump them. Oh my God. Excuse me. Whew. Where you don't bring them up to a boil. You put them into the boil. Excuse me. Whoa, welcome in. Welcome. Jamie, I just remembered that you told me that you were sending friends the other day, and I had to write that down because that's a channel. That's a Cookie Club entry. J Monk, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, I was you missed me. I was gone for just a little bit back there. It was we took a little hiatus. Not a hiatus. I literally went on vacation. I was not available to stream. That's not what a hiatus is. I'm not how do I say this without well, listen, if you're a streamer and you've ever like said that you were on hiatus, like just know that that's fine. I always get a little laugh when I hear or see someone that's like, oh, I'm on hiatus from streaming. And just like using that word is fascinating because that could mean that they have like, I've definitely seen folks that are like, I'm on hiatus, and like the last time they streamed was like a year or 2 years ago, and I'm like, what's the cap on using that term versus just like I don't stream or I'm back? Like, I don't know. The longest break I've ever taken since I started streaming was going to Europe for I think that was away from streaming. That was like 15 or 16 days. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna write something down here. So Jamie says, boil drop the eggs in 13 minutes, ice for 15. Okay. Broccoli says I boil for 10, drain, rinse in cold water. So wait, broccoli, are these two different methods? So you boil for 10, then drain, and then rinse in cold water. Put 5 minutes to boil, then turn off the burner and set the timer for half an hour. Can you clarify what you mean? The only tricky part is getting them in the pot without cracking them. Yeah, a big spoon, I would imagine, or like a spider. A spider. Y'all know what a spider is? I know most of you know what a spider is. This is what I mean when I say a spider. A scoop, just like a thing, kind of like put them in. I don't mean to like over-explain things to y'all, but like, in case you're like, what are you talking about? Arachnids? No. I'm not making a veggie broth. I am making broth with veggies, but it also has chicken parts in it. So it's both. Ace says, hot water for 13 minutes, cold water for 15. My only visit to the sauna. Hell no, Ace. I love a sauna. I love a sauna. When we went on vacation recently, I was in and out of a sauna a bunch. One of the days we were there was a sauna available. Okay, broccoli, it's two different methods. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, I'm writing these down because I'm curious. Boil 10. Drain, rinse in cold, or boil 5, leave in hot water for 30 minutes. Okay. Bella says I just cook the hell out of the things until they're done. Right. Right. I like my egg loaf method, but it only works for egg salad. Or if you were making hard-boiled eggs that you were going to crumble on top of a salad, that would be applicable then too. Well, the stock here is just because I had some additional, like, it's the end of the week and I'm probably not going to use up the vegetables that are in there. So it's got, some onions. It has celery, the rest of the parsley in there. It has a little bit of dill that was like just on the edge of being no longer any good. Lot of ice. Need a lot of ice. Jesus. Okay. Lots of ice. When you do 10 minutes and then run under cold water. Nice.
And I'm still a piece of garbage.
What the fuck?
You mean what the? You literally asked me to play that when you walked on the stream. You said it today.
So it doesn't mean I can't be shocked and appalled when it happens.
Just be happy I listened to you.
The one thing you was... You're a piece of shit.
And I'm still a piece of garbage.
Piece of dog vomit.
Fellas, I was thinking about that. The different egg boiling testing methods. Because there's like a million, right? Like everyone has a specific way that works for them. And also, like, do you have hard water or soft water in your house? What elevation are you at? Like those things. How big are the eggs? How much do the eggs weigh? Like so many inconsistencies just in the natural state of doing that 13 minutes somewhere might be way too much for somewhere else. Ace says, respectful question. Is herbs an American thing or a local thing? In the UK, we always pronounce the H. I think that's an American thing. Anyone else want to answer that? I'm trying to think of other words that start with like a silent H. Jamie says, I don't like the green ring. Right. Well, if you cook them long enough, it'll turn gray. He says my method for scrambled eggs: bung them all in a bowl and microwave until no runny bits are left. I made the other day scrambled eggs in the microwave in a mug for sandwiches, and they were really good. I love doing that. I forgot that you could do that. It's French. Lemon, welcome in. Lemon, I hope your home maintenance went well yesterday. Oh, says I'm going to try all these methods. I'm curious. I am admittedly curious. I don't know if I would try all of them, but I'm curious what the differences are. Well, it says I don't care about the method as long as they're done in hard boiled. True. Jamie says I make eggs almost every week, so I have to have it down pat. Perfect. Yeah, the peeling is the issue, and like the sticking to the inside of the shell. That's what I understand the ice bath does. It's sort of like everything in the egg, like inside of the egg, like expands. And then the ice bath like contracts really quickly and it peels away from the inside. When I make scrambled eggs, I do them all in a pot. I basically do them in like this little pot, and I just let them cook until they're totally done. And I don't touch them at all. And I put like a lid on here, and they steam from the top, and then just dump them out into one flat little thing.
I just remembered that I need cat food, like for the grown cats.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and get that now, so that
Okay.
you don't have to do that.
So, great. That sounds great.
And I'm gonna get Casey some more treats because
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm in here and she. Well, I guess she could. But
Okay. Sounds good. The herb is from French.
TLDR.
Okay. English people added the H as they do. I love there was a word that came up on stream the other day, and I was pronouncing it in a way that felt natural for me. And then when I forget who it was, said like, oh, we pronounce it this other way, and it felt so unnatural coming out of my mouth. It was weird. It was weird. My house is about 1 meter off the ground. Valid. Go ahead and set off the car alarm. I didn't turn the alarm on. Why do you... I didn't turn the alarm on. Stop lobbing accusations at me. Look for that. Hold on. You know it. You know what time it is. Are we gonna get to it? The duck song. Connect to the car. Please connect to the car. Oh, maybe. Oh, please connect. Yes, it did. I'm petty. She's beeping at me out the window. Sorry. What is... Mom's going to the pet store. What is life if you can't antagonize the people that you live with? Prison Shanks, fellows. That sounds productive and also fun. What's your favorite material? I hear toothbrushes are easily available. We do like a silent H. Oh, Twinderella, thank you. Honorary, airy, hour, honest, herb, true. Vitamins. I know, right? You ever hear someone say vitamins in the United States, and you're just like, and then you're like, oh wait, we're the weird ones. Mostly done. Amazing. Anybody doing anything with their hands, cooking aside, I mean, including cooking, but like in addition to cooking, is like deeply impressive to me. People who sew, like sewing, holy shit. Prison lamb shanks. Jimma, what? Guess what? Unclear. Jamie, the ice bath, I think, is the key. I've heard that in multiple recipes. But time might also be the key. I don't know. Again, elevation, the hardness of your water, the thickness of your eggs. Oh, Ace, it was you. I didn't want to say that. I had that thought. I was like, of course it might be Ace because here we are. We're talking about pronunciation again. And I didn't want to be presumptuous. The way we say H doesn't even have an H sound. No. H. Tomatoes. Tomato. I hate when people are like, oh, tomato, you know, it's all the same. And I'm like, it's not fucking the same. They're two different words. It's aluminum here, but aluminium. No. I love hearing me some English speaking, but it will never not sound so odd to me. Now listen, I would say the same of like New Zealand or Australia. I love it though. I don't know. Sometimes the American accent sounds so, sometimes like American, generalized American accent, it sounds so vulgar. At least English sounds fancy somehow. But I think that's because in America we're cultured to think of England as fancy. Thanks, monarchy. We appreciate you. Oh. If someone's really posh or trying to seem like it, I'm never not trying to seem like I'm posh. Where did this egg salad recipe even go? There it is. Okay. Okay. Pour 1/2 a cup of water into your Instant Pot and insert the trivet. Trivet! See? I just said it. 1.5 cups of water. Okay. We're gonna add the amount of water that it says. Graduated May 19th. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's super. Graduating is a huge milestone, and not a lot of people get to that. I hope you're feeling proud, because you should be. Adorable says aluminum was coined in the UK about 40 years before they started saying aluminium instead. Like, you guys made the word, why not use it? Because we probably started saying it and they were like, that sounds vulgar and crass. Let's change it. Which if that's the case, I kind of love it. Wait, there was a controversy over how Taylor Swift spelled canceled on her new album marketing stuff, and people were calling her spelling wrong, when it's really just a difference between the US and UK spelling. And honestly, like, I'll just spell it however she spells it now. That's fine. If it annoys people, I will change. I will change. Have I heard of our comedian Michael McIntyre? The name maybe? I'm not familiar with him as his body of work or his body physical. I don't know what he looks like or sounds like. But the name rings a bell. If you were like, is Michael McIntyre a famous person? I would be like, yes, that singer. And I would hope in my little brain that you were like, that I was right, that it was a singer. Broccoli, you lived in London? That's fun. Did you experience a lot of it? What I mean to say, like, was it like a lot of work, or did you actually get to like be out out and about. I imagine if you live there for years, that probably. Insert the trivet, the round metal rack that elevates things off of the bottom. Spray an 8-inch metal bowl lightly with cooking spray or lightly rub with olive oil using a paper towel. Okay, that's Michael McDonald. See, I fucking knew it. I knew there was someone. Love it. If you were like, have you heard of Michael McDonald? I would be like, oh, like the singer? And you'd be like, yeah. And I would be like, yeah, what about him? And so sometimes I just get one. Less junk in my house. Amazing. We support a less junk house. That is always, getting rid of stuff is always super satisfying. It's the act of like starting and like trying and being like, oh, I actually have to make decisions about this. That's the hard part. 8-inch bowl. I'm measuring to make sure I'm using the right bowl, correct bowl. It was in school. Okay. You got to be a teenager in a different country. That's some like third. What do they call that? Third culture kid. $200. I've seen none of those clips. I've seen none of those. I'm sorry. Yeah, living in a very depressed room or household and now feel overwhelmed, so taking it one step an area at a time. I can understand that. And with cleaning anything, you're like, oh, shit. Like, it's like it gets... What do they say? It gets worse before it gets better. Like cleaning anything or cleaning out things like that. Let me put this ruler away. Is always like, oh, everything's a catastrophe. And then it's like, not. And then eventually, the cool part is when you put everything back, how much more space you have, both physically and mentally. And it's probably that in between step, Liz, is probably the thing that keeps me from doing a lot of things like that. $200, thank you. I always appreciate like samples like that, because things like that don't ever come across. They occasionally come across my my feed, my awareness, but I don't often. It's like it's just rare. That's all. Okay, I'm gonna crack me some 8 eggs in here. Spray an 8-inch bowl lightly with cooking spray or lightly rub with olive oil using a paper towel. Great. Crack and cook the eggs. Into the metal bowl, crack 8 eggs. Okay, let me wash my hands so I can do this by hand without gloves. Horseback riding. Okay, so that's funny. That is funny. Man, this stock pot is almost boiling. Probably not going to finish that stock on stream tonight. I'm probably going to let that simmer until like after Calvin goes to bed, and then I'll finish it. I will strain it and package it afterward. Okay, so 8 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, hold on. I have an egg carton in here that has 1 egg in it. Now it has 2. And again, I should just change the stream title. But like, it's cold salad day or something like that, because that's what I ended up doing. That's what happens when I'm trying to sort of keep things. how would I even put this? Today's the day I'm just trying to keep things moving in the fridge. Like, I'm going to go to the farmer's market tomorrow. So I want to, you know, use up the rest of the old herbs that are in there. The last carrot, you know, just cycle through a couple of the onions, some garlic, that kind of thing. So that's what we're doing today. Use the tomato that's been on the counter, that kind of thing. All right, 8 eggs into the bowl. Ace, enjoy your evening. Thank you as always for your overseas observations. It's one of the things that I love about Twitch is that people from like around the world are able to sort of like contribute to the conversation. It's not just this homogenous little audience, which, you know, some people like a homogenous little audience, but I prefer a little variety. All right, next step. Into the metal bowl, crack 8 eggs. Do not stir. Carefully lower the bowl into the Instant Pot and seal the lid. I should note what size Instant Pot I have. I also want to center this. Okay, I will note what size Instant Pot I have later. Okay, so seal the lid. Sing to me, my friend. Hold on, let's make sure the ring is on. I have this, I always have this like vague feeling that the lid is gonna burst now because it just has been doing that for a long time. Okay, so I want to set this for 7 minutes. So in order to get no warming, which I want to describe how to do that because people don't always know. Hit manual. I think you just hit manual twice. Okay. Manual 2x to nope, hold on. Until the light on the keep warm / cancel button. On the keep warm / cancel button. Okay. And then I want it to be 7 minutes. We did 6 minutes last time, and that wasn't enough. It was enough, but it was a little bit yellow. The yolks were, they were, if I could set this for like 6 minutes and 30 seconds, I would do that. But you can't. You have to use whole numbers. So I would rather than be a little bit more done than a little less. But I do have it as a like 5 minute, like let it sit under pressure for 5 minutes after the boiling completes. I wonder if it would be better if it was like a 4 minute natural pressure release. It's so specific and nuanced, but I'm just gonna leave it at 5. I'm gonna leave it at 5 and see what happens. The worst thing that happens is they're like a little bit overdone, but I don't think it's gonna make that much that much of a difference. Belly flops. Welcome in. Enjoy your chicken. Okay, the rest of this is super easy, so I don't need to, I say super easy. I don't need to do the rest of this. I want to get out let me get out the mustard and the dill. I need to those out, and then we have the other ingredient. Wait, where's my dried dill? No, where's the dill? Oh, the dill is in the other. The dill is in the other cabinet. Right, because I used it, and then I had the thought the other day. It's funny. I remember. You remember when you're like, oh yeah, I had that thought, and that's why the thing. I remember the other day I was like, oh, I'll leave the dill in this cabinet, so that no, this is sage. Fuck, where's the dill? Hold on, pause. Maybe it was the sage. It was the sage because I was like, oh, I'm going to test this. Now I don't know where the dry dill is. One moment. We have to search. It's definitely back in here. I just didn't see it the first time around. Please be in here. Oh, there it is. It's not, wait, is this the right thing? It is the right thing. Yes. Dry dill. All right, we got it. It was just in a different container. It was in an unexpected container. That's what it was. Dill, salt, pepper. Let's twist a little bit of pepper because I have a specific amount here, and for written recipes, I do like to have an actual measurement instead of just being like, I think that was about this much. Did I throw a whole onion in the stock? I did throw a whole onion in the stock, Jamie. I did. What's in that stock? There's onion, there's leek, there's a carrot, there's bay leaves, there's chicken carcass, and some other stuff. Garlic in there. And tomato. And some of the water from the lentils that I made earlier. Belly flops. Tonight, we're making a couple things. What am I doing right now? Egg salad. So I'm getting out the stuff for egg salad. What else did we make today? We have on the stove here, in this pot here, this pot, which is depicted from above via this camera right here. That is a general broth with lots of different stuff in it. This is a use it up broth. The reason that I put the whole onion in there is because I didn't have any other onion. Oh, it has corn cobs in it too. I forgot. I needed to use up the corn. It has celery. So I am just making the stock because I had some stuff. The onion wasn't going bad. It wasn't like old specifically, but I didn't have any other onion in there. I had like an onion top or two. And I also just like to cycle the onions. Like if I don't have, if I haven't used it in a little while and it's in the cabinet and it's like, got a soft spot or two on it, then I'm going to use it. But for this purpose, it's like I added garlic and I added onion to the other sort of stuff that was already in there so that it was like a little bit balanced. Let's change the color of that. That's what that should look like. Yeah. The onions, yeah, and the onion, I have, like right now I have one onion in there. It'll last for a little while. I got the onion that is in there, I bought this week. The onion that's in here is probably like 4 weeks old, maybe 5 weeks. I don't even know. It was time. It was time. I did not add thyme. There's dill in there though, and parsley stems. What else went in there? A little bit of crushed red pepper, bay leaves, kosher, not kosher salt, iodized salt, but like table salt, and black peppercorns. I think that's it. That's a lot. The Instant Pot is starting to steam. We're gonna seal in just a second. Can we see the steam? Is that? I don't even know if you can see that. I can barely see that on stream. Yeah, you can see it. I'm excited. This is silly. This is super silly. It's one of those things that I'm not actually embarrassed to be excited about, and like I feel fine admitting this in our company because you all know that I get excited about like little kitchen stuff. But the last time I used this was I have a new seal ring, a new like rubber ring on the inside after years. I'd never replaced it before, and it like sealed up perfectly last time and stayed sealed, which was like, if you've watched me use this thing on stream before, you've seen it, like you've seen the seal just blow multiple times, sometimes in the same attempt, and it's really quite satisfying to know that, knock on wood, to know that it's like not gonna do that. The seal isn't gonna fail. All right, steaming. We're gonna get there. I feel reluctant to put my face over it and like see, is it gonna go? I was struggling, Jamie. There were several times where the seal gave way like multiple times in the same stream, or in the same like attempt at cooking beans. Beans was the one. Are we gonna seal? Come on, you can do it, little Instant Pot. Go! I know you can do it. I'm waiting. It's still just like belching. Come on. This is super exciting. I mean, I feel like this is more exciting. This is the most exciting for me, clearly. I'm like enraptured by it. Oh, here we go. Sealed. Yes. Love it. It's sealed. It did it. It's good. It like... I have such a fear of putting my face like over top of this. The fear comes from having the thank you. The fear comes from the pressure cooker that we had as a kid that had the little the metal lid with the weight thing on top of it that just like rattled back and forth and made such a clamor that I was always worried about just the lid of that thing just bursting and shooting through the ceiling. That now I really don't want to look at the thing. I don't know. That's just me and anxiety. That's a JVKE song. Sofa, welcome home. I hope the farm was a good time. I hope it was easy to leave. Sometimes it's hard to get your kids to like leave stuff like that. Okay. 7 minutes. All right, the time just kicked in. Beautiful. We have... Whoa! I bumped it and it made noise. Now I'm freaked out. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. I touched it and now it's making like slight sizzling sounds. 6 hours. Good God. That's a lot. That's a lot of farm. Especially if you're not like a farmer. Especially if you are a farmer. Okay, let's give this a stir. Is there anything else in here? I feel like I forgot like multiple things that were in here. I did say chicken, right? There's a whole chicken carcass in here too. All right. This is just about to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this down now because it is, yeah, it's simmering. So it's nice and hot. It's nice and hot. And, ooh, what was that sound? I'm like, these sounds right now are like freaking me out. Okay. We cracked the 8 eggs. When it's finished, wait 5 minutes. Then release the remaining pressure and unseal. Test the eggs and, if they need more time, return to high pressure for 1 minute increments as necessary, releasing pressure immediately. There's a better way to say that. I'll figure out what that is. I find Instant Pot recipes to be fascinating because if you're writing if you're looking for an Instant Pot recipe, I feel like most people that are looking for an Instant Pot recipe are familiar with using the Instant Pot. So you wouldn't have to tell somebody how to set it for manual with a natural pressure release because that means something specific. But I feel like if you're writing for an uninitiated audience, right? Like say someone decides to get an Instant Pot and this is like the first thing that they make, right? I feel like that is instead of putting that in the recipe, like how to set the manual option to off, what to do if you need to heat it for like another minute. I feel like those types of notes are things that should go in the notes and not in the recipe itself. Like, hey, if you've never used an Instant Pot and if this is your first time using an Instant Pot, read the notes for some more specific descriptions on the directions. Like, I feel like you should write for an audience that is familiar with the thing, but also take into consideration an audience that may never have used it. I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking it. You should ask. I should just ask. That's what I should do. How did it go with the kittens the other night? It went well. Jamie, Sofa, all of the kittens are alive. They lived. Which is not a foregone conclusion when they are like 2 weeks old. The fostering stretched into this morning, or this, yeah. Gwen gave them back to ACCT today, like 11 a.m. or something like that. Yeah, she dropped them back off there today. So she did that for 2 nights this time around. So hopefully they have found a place to go to continue being fostered. That's sort of how the network of emergency fosters goes. Like someone's like, I can take them for 4 nights, and then the next person's like, I can take them for the next 2, and then all of a sudden it's like a month later and they've been adopted. But they're, I think, too young to be adopted and they need to continue being fostered, but like she can't continue to, like, you know, she basically said to them, I can do this for 1 night, and they were like, okay, we'll take it, you know. So she has been a busy cat mom, Jamie. This is very true. This is extremely true. It's been it's hard though. Like it takes a village. Exactly. It takes like a network of people to be able to do that. But it is, you know, I say this, I didn't get up every 2 hours. You know, I'm not doing that. so I'm just generally naturally exhausted. But like, you know, when you do that, it's exhausting. Like, she is literally exhausted from doing that because you're not getting a full night's sleep. And we saw that with our own cats that we have now when she was feeding them, you know, for several months.
Is it all like a 20 cup?
Yes. Can you keep the sound down?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think, Jamie, to be, you know, and generally speaking, to just be honest, like, that's a big part of the reason why we still have these 3 cats. Because, like, you know, you foster them for a month and you're literally feeding them every 2 hours, then every 3 hours, and then, you know, less often. But you're like feeding them and kind of always around. I was saying to my mom the other day, we were talking about cats, and I was like, I'm really happy, you know, that I personally, like, I really love cats. Like, I'm definitely a cat human, but I have, you know, there's some cats agree with you and some cats don't, and I'm really thankful that, like, these cats they arrived at our house at, like, you know, hours old, you know, like a day or 2 old, and have been, you know, handled and touched, and, you know, they're very acclimated to this house now. Like, to the dog, to, like, you know, when a cat runs by your feet in the house now, you can just, like, scoop it up and toss it on its back and be like, here's your belly, and they're like, I don't care, thanks for the rubs, you know. Whereas a cat that's been adopted, you know, after they're like a month or 2 months old, they didn't have that kind of handling when they were younger, and they're less open to it. So it is nice. I'm really, as the days wear on with the ones that we have and decided to adopt, you know, it's nice how they're incorporating themselves, and it feels good to have cats in the house again that are, you know, friendly like that. And also they're going to get a lot bigger, and their personalities will change, but it's really nice. Okay, let's take a quick break. We're going to wait for this Instant Pot to do its little natural pressure release thing. We have about 3 minutes left for that. So we're going to take a quick ad break here on Twitch. We're going to run 3 minutes worth of ads. We're probably going to play 2 games of Words on Stream, and we'll be back in just a moment. Here comes a game of Words on Stream. Here comes 3 minutes worth of ads. If you don't like ads, just like I don't like ads, you can go subscribe on YouTube and not hear the ads, or watch there. Okay, but here they come regardless.
Hi.
BRB.
Welcome to another edition of Commercials I Hate.
Do I have anything in the sink? Kind of. Let's manage some sink stuff here. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Malt. You mean like the ice cream or like the liquor? Okay, what do you need, Cal? What are you? Oh my God. All right, hold on. Let me take a look here. 1 sec. Click the game. Okay, so you have to sign in. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, but you have to stay on that screen.
I didn't.
Okay, go home. Okay, go to home. I might not be able to solve this for you right now, but... Okay, turn the controller on. You have to turn the controller on, because... Yeah, do this with the controller and not the remote. Okay, you have to wait for it to connect. Okay, the Xbox isn't even on. That's why there's no account. You have to turn the Xbox on in order to play it. I know it's confusing. Hold on. Yeah, it does. If you just navigate to it from the TV thing, it doesn't work. So, okay. Yep. Hold on. It's unplugged. That's why it's not turning on. Okay. Now that's unplugged. What? Oh my god. Seriously though. Yeah, all this. Oh my god. Okay. Just connect the controller. It should work. Okay. Hold on. Oh my god. All right. We have to do a natural pressure release in the eggs because my timer just went off. So here we go. If you're on Twitch, welcome back. Thank you for your patience during the ad break. If you are not subscribed on YouTube, you missed the troubleshooting that was happening, trying to figure out how to get the Xbox to play on the screen in the TV. All rules. Welcome in. All's rules. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's here we go. We have naturally released the pressure. Let's see the egg loaf. Ready? I'm gonna see the egg loaf when it comes out. We did the board. Excellent. Is that the first board today? I feel like I thought there was one earlier, but I think there was like one, maybe one missing. Okay, we have an egg loaf. We have an egg loaf. For the uninitiated, this is an egg loaf. I can't tilt it too much or else it will slide right out of that bowl. But if you're making egg salad, this is the way to go. Do you want egg salad?
Yeah, find that.
Great.
I know what you were having, but that. I want to if you were having a pasta or salad.
There were options. You can have the pasta if you want. So options for dinner include.
Oh, okay.
Listen, egg salad, soup, the 3P soup, pumpkin chicken pasta, lentil salad, corn salad. Now, I would suggest one of those things with one of those other things. So, like, say you have the egg salad, you have a little lentil salad on the side. You know, sandwich and salad.
I was going to say maybe some of the pasta and egg salad. Those are the two things on the list.
Pasta and egg salad. Okay, I think that.
Maybe not sandwich for egg salad.
Okay. You just want like a bowl of egg salad. See, those are the two mains. Okay, that's fine. Whatever you want. I don't really, honestly. Let's reflect for a second. Do I care? No, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. What I think what was in my head was either like an egg salad sandwich or pasta or soup with corn salad or lentil salad. That's where my head was at. Because the corn salad and the lentil salad are both vegetables, whereas the egg salad and the pasta are not. That's where my head was at. But let's reflect again. Do I care? Will you have a little bit of one of the other vegetable salads? Say.
A little bit of lentil salad, yeah.
Great. Beautiful. All right. We have reached an agreement. Well, all right. Egg salad though. Ty, welcome in. This is our egg loaf. Again, we've got a little loaf. Let's do this. Hold on. I wanna for the sake of, again, for anyone who's never seen one of these before, we have a, whoa, fuck, it is so hot in there. Oswald's, he is agreeable. Well, I think more to the point, like all of these things are things that he enjoys otherwise. All right, let's see. Hold on. This is going to be the best view of this. It's a weird one, so, hold on. But, whoa, this is, I cut that thing in half. I cut that egg loaf in half. And this is just what it looks like. All right, so all of that was just in the Instant Pot. And now we just put it in the bowl and chop it up. I have a little bit of sticking on the side here, which is fine. It's just egg. Let me give this broth a stir here. You have to let your eggs sit overnight in the fridge. I feel like that's normal, Jamie. The thing with the eggs is, when you eat the skin out of the bowl, sometimes it gets caught in the back of your throat. Okay, there it goes. Prevents it from getting watery. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like this right now. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to mix any of the, I'm not going to mix the mayonnaise in here yet. I'm going to put this, I'm going to cut this up. Now, Gwen likes this to be a little chunkier. So I'm going to cut it into pretty big chunks here. Because when I stir it, it also breaks down a little bit more. So I'm gonna take this, cut it up, and we are gonna put it in the fridge for just a few minutes, not overnight. And I agree with you that the longer you leave it in the fridge, like the drier it gets, for sure. I just want it to cool down enough that it doesn't melt the mayonnaise. When you put the mayonnaise in here, if it's really hot and warm, the mayonnaise just gets real liquidy, and then the whole thing is just kind of watery and unsalvageable. Menu. Liz, I can give you a verbal menu of what we've done today. It's I didn't know what I was doing, to be fair, when I started stream. We now have a more consistent a clearer picture of what's going on. Gwen got back, and now it's chaotic again because Daisy has seen the treats. Daisy's seen the new treats. These are, in fact, the treats that she is looking for. But the egg is cooked. Oh, hold on. Oh, damn, Days. Let me... Hold on. I'm actually going to put this in the freezer for just a few moments. That'll cool it down even quicker. I says to you guys like celery and I do. I like a lot of ingredients, but I keeping this as simple as possible I'm keeping it as simple as possible. Gwen likes it much more simplified.
What?
We need a Daisy treat redeem. If we had a Daisy treat redeem, I was gonna say this. I I have said this before, but if it had any type of like sound related thing, now it wouldn't matter because she's can't hear. But in the past, it would have been she would have like known. We don't have a Daisy treat redeem because I feel like it would get redeemed often, and she would just be like full up with treats. Although we could have like a Daisy carrot treat redeem, which I would feel fine. It's the it's the actual treats. They could limit it. That's true. Cooldown. This is true. All these options are available.
Over here. We have a live eviction in 15 minutes.
I thought there was at 9. Right.
No.
Well, when the fuck? It's
always at 8 on
no. It's
live eviction night.
Big Brother has been at 9 p.m. on Thursday forever. It's been at 8 on
Except for this entire season.
Right, but it's.
Get with it.
I'm not with it.
Oh.
But listen, for the entire history of my watching Big Brother, it's been at 9 p.m. on Thursday because it's live on the West Coast. Right? Am I like it has been at 9, right? Please confirm. Okay. Cuz you're acting as if this is like
Well, I mean, because we're at day 45.
but it's like what? Year 20? You can't expect me to remember it after 45 days of one season. Fuck. Just stay off the internet for like 45 minutes. It's not impossible. Okay. Yeah, just don't look at the live internet for like the next. Y'all watch Big Brother.
Well, don't.
All's Rules says Sunday at 8, Wednesday at 8, Thursday at 9. Yeah, exactly. And that's still in my head. It's still in my head as that because that's what it's been forever. And I'm not going to shake it after one season, like 2/3 of which I haven't even watched. I don't want to.
One of the best episodes I've seen in a long time.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm the asshole, and I mean, whatever. Listen, I would like to watch it too. I'm gonna feed Calvin here in a few minutes, and then can we just watch it on a delay?
I'll watch it with you. I can't promise what happens before that happens. That's fair.
God.
That's fair.
Can we just can you remind me that Big Brother's on at 8 like earlier in the day if it's that like if it's gonna be a thing? Yeah, put it on the household calendar. Perfect. God. And we gotta watch The Amazing Race too. Jamie says my son is 23 and I was watching Big Brother before he was born. Yeah, like I'm saying, it was on at Sunday night when your kid was in diapers, or Thursday night at 9 p.m. when your kid was in diapers, and so like, forgive me for not remembering after 45 days of one season. Ty, what's Big Brother? It is a reality show where they lock a bunch of people in a house and then they evict people based on votes. They have games. They have special powers.
You move.
Mom, can you shut up?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Right, Liz, it was live. Correct. Oh, Ty, you were joking? Casual reminder that I do not receive jokes. They're just received as genuine. It is like Survivor, but in a house. Exactly. And on Survivor, in Survivor, you win the right not to be voted out. In Big Brother, you win the right to nominate people who get voted out. Special powers. They do have special powers. Some of them have special powers. Things like stealing a vote, similar to Survivor. Fellas, thank you. similar to Survivor. There's like, you can steal a vote or you can change someone's vote, you have extra votes. You can take yourself off, away from being nominated. There's a lot of different like things that happen and they change every year. I kind of love it because as a reality show, it is sort of, I find one of the most genuine and least influenced by the production team. Now, I say nothing of like the current situation at CBS and like the future of that. Historically, Big Brother has been my favorite reality show. They're usually not very realistic. Thus, I agree with you. I think, you're watching a reality show, you kind of have to acknowledge like, hey, this is sort of how it goes, I'm watching manufactured entertainment that's slightly unscripted. Now, Big Brother, generally speaking, like the production team talks to the contestants when they're in like the diary room, which is like a room they can go to talk on camera about their game plan and all that. That's completely private, so they can say whatever they want. That is when production helps influence things, right? Liz, what have we made today? What are we making? Right now, I'm cutting up a cantaloupe. But so far today, I've made several things, and we're gonna finish up with an egg salad. And that'll be just in a few moments here. The egg is in the freezer, cooling down, hopefully not actually freezing. If I forget about it long enough, it will freeze though. And that is not good. You can't really freeze egg salad. Can you freeze egg salad? I don't think so. The melon's just for eating. The melon's just because it's like good to have melon around. But we made a lentil salad, and I'll tell you what's in that in just a second. We made a lentil salad. We made a corn salad. I am cutting up this melon, of course. Behind me on the stove here is a stock or broth. I would probably call it a broth because it's more, it's a multi-ingredient situation, so it has more broth qualities. And almost finished making an egg salad. I just need to add the stuff to it. We did the eggs. But the lentil salad was the one that I made last time minus the feta because because the feta I used last time was the feta I was planning on using, or that I thought I could use today as a use it up, but it decided that it had used itself up, which is to say that it had gone bad. It smelled not so good, so I opted not to include the feta. But the lentil salad has green lentils, commonly called French lentils. It has lentils, cucumber, tomato. This time I used a little of the Vidalia onion or sweet onion, parsley, and then it has a mustard lemon vinegar dressing. And that is in the fridge. I am noting that the lentil salad is one of those things that's better the next day. I said earlier you can the dressing, the lemon vinegar mustard dressing gets absorbed. The cooked lentils absorb a little more. They absorb more of the dressing overnight, and then they're really like tasty the next day. Although it's a bit drier, so I add a splash or two of olive oil and mix it in. So Flip Google says that if you freeze egg salad, it will alter the texture and flavor. You know it will. It is. I feel like eggs are something I don't ever freeze. The only time, that's not true. The only time I freeze eggs is when I have them in like a breakfast burrito and it's like egg whites, but they're also in with a bunch of other stuff. I don't think I would ever freeze egg salad. Yeah, because it sort of crystallizes and then breaks down all the cell walls and this is like mushy. Good cantaloupe. Now, this is just something that like Calvin can eat a piece, like a couple wedges of this in the morning. I'll snack on this throughout. There's no purpose for this. Like this will just get eaten directly out of the container, just like I ate that piece over the course of the next like 3 days. That's just, there's no purpose for that today. Okay, let's check this egg. It should be cool enough to at least make the egg salad. I do not need my cutting board anymore. Okay, I do want a big spoon. And I will need a measuring device. Okay. Cut the resulting egg loaf into small chunks. My family likes large chunks, and cool in the fridge for about 20 minutes. I just put it in the freezer for a number of minutes that I did not track. This is cool. It's not cold. I would say this is cold to room temperature. Pieces of it are cold, pieces are room temperature. Anyway, remove from the fridge and stir in the remaining ingredients until blended. Remaining ingredients are where we're at now. Remaining ingredients, let me wash my hands. I feel, I don't know. I feel like I need to wash my hands. It's always hard for me to tell when Feta has gone bad. I initially, if you were here earlier, I pulled the Feta out of the fridge. I took a sniff of it and I was like, oh, that's fine. And like, as I was putting it back in, I caught like a second whiff of it. And I was like, maybe it's not fine, but we'll figure it out later. And then I pulled it out the second time and I was like, no, that's not fine. So the Feta went into the compost where all things from the fridge that are past their prime end up. Okay, here's what we're doing for this. I don't have my teaspoon measure anymore. Where is my teaspoon measure? Teaspoon measure is gone. Okay, I don't know where it is, but we have a half teaspoon measure, so we'll just use that. That's fine. I'm bad for not saying so. No, it's all good. Listen, I am I love lurking on and off. I always appreciate that. I always say this, but there's no attendance policy here. 1 teaspoon of dry mustard. This is a half a teaspoon. This is a whole teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of dry dill. The point of lurking is that you don't have to call it out. Totally. I lurk a lot, and often in a surprise to no one, I often have things to say that I just don't say. And that's okay. Look, half a teaspoon of kosher salt. So the last time I made this, I added a whole teaspoon of salt. And it was the day that I ate it, it was too salty. The next day, it was like good. So I feel like I'm a little in between. I don't really know. All right, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we mix this in. No, we don't. We add mayonnaise to this too. I didn't add mayonnaise to this. It is the other main ingredient. 56 grams or 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Now, obviously, your eggs will vary in size, but that's roughly the right amount. Okay. Got here in time for the mayonnaise. Hell yeah. Don't mind watching for 3 hours. No, totally. You know what I do? Maybe y'all do this. I'm aware. I'm also aware, because I have like metrics that you can look at that Twitch provides, that a lot of people watch the stream on their phone, which to me tells me that a lot of people are not actually visually watching the stream, because, you know, unless you're, well, looking at your phone, like, and I know this with Gwen too. She walks around with like headphones in sometimes, and she'll be like watching a stream or watching like the live feeds of Big Brother or whatever. So, you know, I know that like visually not everyone's watching all the time. I also know that for myself, I don't ever watch anything on my phone like that. I watch like short form videos on my phone. But like when I am watching Twitch and doing things around the house, I'm literally like carrying a laptop around, and I'll just like sit it down on the counter in a room. Indigo, welcome in. Hello, hello. Lollipop says, I'm getting ready for work. Just in my washroom, I hear Lord King, and I have to look at chat. I'm like, who is Lord King? Yes, it is I. No, I'm just kidding. We are Lur King. We like lurkers here. If you're lurking right now and you're like, hey, that's me, he's talking about me, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just like having some background noise. The noise of me reading chat out loud and talking about what's happening. Okay, this looks pretty good. Jamie says, I tend to undersalt while using kosher because it doesn't dissolve. Totally. Yeah, and when you have like, when you oversalt, it's like really, you're like, oh, there's like grains of salt. I wonder if they count tablets as phones. I don't know, actually. I know it, what I will say is it breaks it down. It says like iOS versus whatever the Android operating system is. So I'm assuming it counts tablets in with phones. I don't actually know. I don't know if I can. I'm sure. Maybe that data is available. I'm not sure. MacBook follows me around the house. Right, Jamie. I'm just like watching long form videos is a laptop task. Sorry. Like I would never watch a movie on my phone. I never have. I probably never will. Carbonara ramen powder. I love that. Dried seafood and veggie ramen topping mix. Super! That sounds fun. I always appreciate hearing about your projects. This is indeed just egg salad. This is very good. Wow, fuck, that's really good. I love it when it's chunkier like that. I'm still on wisdom teeth surgery diet. I'm glad to hear you're on the mend. That's a good thing. Wow. This is perfect. Did I do anything special to it? No, it's chunky. It's not the last one. The last one I made was like really. It's like it was like whipped egg, and I don't love that. I like these big chunks of egg in my egg salad. Jamie, that definitely happens. I feel like if you leave it overnight, like the last time I said it was like really salty, I feel like some of the salt got absorbed. What I was tasting last time was the unabsorbed like surface salt. So I think it can go either way. So, like, I don't know. And obviously it depends on your tastes. As soon as I figure out one, I have to start a new one. Yes, this is good though. That's what curiosity is. You should definitely write your recipes down, Conrella. I feel like you have enough. I feel like you have a lot of sort of stuff that you've done that it would be worth memorializing, the wrong word, that it would be worth remembering for posterity. And consistency. Consistency is really the thing. One of the reasons that I like writing things down is that sometimes when something's really good, it's nice to know exactly what you did with it. For example, so here's an example. Let's find it in here. It's in here somewhere. I think it was from January. This is March. Had to have been from January. There it is. Okay, yeah, January. So like this is, see where it says 3P soup right there? I wrote that down. I wrote down all the ingredients that I was putting in it. It was just like, oh, let me make a soup, and I wrote it down. And I'm glad I did, because like Gwen and Calvin were both like, wow, this is really good. And if you've been watching stream for the past like week, here it is. I actually have like a recipe for it now that I'm extremely satisfied with, that is easy to do, and I can replicate. So it is nice to write shit down sometimes. And if you are not doing it for any sort of like specific purpose, right? You're not trying to like sell it or get it published somewhere, you know, as long as you sort of write down the ingredients, like sometimes that's enough. Okay, let's, however, let's recap. Let's recap, and let's talk a little bit next. What am I doing? When is the next stream after today? Oh, excuse me. The next stream after today, I believe, is going to be Tuesday. Yeah, I believe is going to be Tuesday. Yes, that looks correct. Okay. Cool. And I know where we're going. I think I know where we're going for a raid today, but let me share sort of what we did. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I know where we're going today. Okay, immaterial for right now, but we have a plan. Thank gosh. Sometimes it's hard. The buffalo wing fingers. That is lovely. I love buffalo wing fingers. When y'all eat buffalo wings, do you keep one finger or one? I only ever eat wings with one hand, and then I keep the other one completely clean. Maybe I'm weird for that, but like, what? One hand for your beverage and everything else. One hand for the wings. You do not need to eat wings with two hands. Like, you got to get your technique. If you're eating wings with two hands, fine. You do you. No judgment. However, I will say that it is possible and easy and extremely efficient to do it one-handed. Too tedious to eat. See, I don't disagree with you. There's a lot of work involved. They're particularly fussy, but like, I feel like once you learn how to eat a flat, like one of the flat wings, without having to like do all the nibbling, that's when your second wing life changes. You got to split the flats. You do not need to split the flats. What you do with the flats, do you want me to, I can't, I wish I could show you. I wish I had wings right now. We should have wings. But you take, there's a very specific flat technique. It is shock to no one. I think I found this on YouTube. You just take your fingers like this, right? Like this, at the top of one of the flats. One end of the flat. That literally doesn't matter which end. Do that. You put the bottom of the wing. You like stand it upright. Okay. Like, say this is a wing. This is not a wing. This is a lighter. It's for candles. It literally is for candles. But say this is a flat, right? This is a good approximation of a wing. Take it, you kind of put your fingers at the top. You get just under the meat. Do that. And then you literally, once you have your fingers like connected in under here, you literally just press the meat down. And it like just comes off into like a chunk. And then you kind of let go like that. And you have like this lollipop with meat at the end of it. And then you can kind of eat it. And it's a technique. You can look it up on YouTube. I promise you it works. Anyway, what do we do today? We made egg salad. Here's egg salad. Jamie, I had wings over the past weekend and they were delicious. This is egg salad. This egg salad is super simple. It has eggs, mayonnaise, dried mustard, dried dill, salt, and pepper. I use dried mustard because it doesn't add any additional liquid, which is ideal. We also made a corn salad. The corn salad has Havarti cheese, fresh corn, uncooked corn, parsley, salt, pepper, and olive oil. We made a lentil salad. The lentil salad has green lentils, cucumbers, tomatoes, Vidalia onion, mustard, lemon, vinegar dressing. There it is. Made that. And we started working on some stock. The stock is not yet finished, but let me show you what it looks like now. This is it. It is just about ready to get strained and drained. But what I am going to do with this is turn it off. I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to leave it on the stove for a little while as we eat a little something, and then we eat a little something, and I'll do that later. Okay.
Yeah, the lights went out in the back.
Okay. How is the stock though? Oh, and I also cut up some cantaloupe. Do we need to see the cantaloupe? We should probably see the cantaloupe. Here's the cantaloupe. Oh, that's really good. I love a variety stock like that because it's never the same. Sometimes it's really spicy and sometimes it's just smooth, and this is really smooth because I didn't add a lot of spice to it. All right, this is what we did today. Feel good about that. Next week we'll be live on Tuesday. I don't really know what we're doing on Tuesday, but we're going to do something. On Thursday, we're probably going to do meal prep or trip prep. Trip prep meaning we're gonna make things to go camping. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna be doing something. Okay. Today we are checking, is this person still live? They are. Beautiful. Okay, today we're going to raid someone new. We have not raided before. We're going to raid the Mind of Royce. Mind of Royce was a competitor on Food Fight recently, is a member of the Food and Drink Creator Club. Mind of Royce is a dad, husband, veteran, and a normal everyday Joe, working on Maze Man and ramen recipes, enjoying a health journey. And today, the Mind of Royce is seasoning a wok currently, which, like, I find that type of thing endlessly fascinating, honestly. So we're gonna go over there. We're gonna go over there, and he is I don't know if he's seasoning the wok right now. If that already happened, I'm not sure. He's been live for a little over an hour, so that may have happened already. Who knows? But go say hi. Mindiverse is a fellow food and drink creator, and we love to support the category. Thanks for hanging out today, y'all. I appreciate it. We'll be live again on Tuesday. If I don't see you before then, I hope you all have a good weekend. Also, hold on. Say bye. There it is. There's some... Oh my god, that's my favorite bye.
That's all, folks.
If you're a subscriber, you can use Command Bye. Here are some links to some social media places, locations, where else I live on the internet. Again, I hope you all have a really lovely Friday ahead and a nice weekend. And I'll see you when I see you, which hopefully is Tuesday. Okay. Hey, goodbye. That was weird. Why'd I say it like that?
Is detected.